Okay,
We're on time? Yeah.
we're somewhat on time. Everything's fine. This is fine. Welcome to issue 4/episode 4, depending on if this is a TV show or comic equivalent of Masks. What happened last issue?
We got beat up by a car.
Mm. Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd say that's the
hit and run.
salient
If we
point.
were to name the
Yeah, there's
thing
a
last
hit
time.
and run.
Some family
teenage-
issues.
Yeah, teenage drama.
I mean, my
Yep.
family's fine.
Spaghetti was eaten. That's all I remember.
Mom spaghetti specifically.
Yep.
I know we faded out at the end of the fight. Why do I feel like there was something important that happened there, or right at the end?
Oh, because we got beat up.
Yeah,
You got beat up and
we
you
ended
lost
Act 2.
the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Alright.
drove away because I hit the emergency brake. That's what happened.
Right.
Yeah, you
Swapped
you
over
did
to a
get
different
his
Ment
super
truck.
car stopped, but he leapt onto a different car because he can control general vehicles. It was like a cement truck, and rode on it, driving it away. The current driver of the cement truck is probably very confused,
Mhm.
Or dead.
potentially.
I mean, let's hope not that one.
It's a giant mosquito.
Yeah, but the giant mosquito is dealing with Hot Wheel, the hero, and so far we haven't seen him kill the villains because the people he infects because we've managed to save them all. So
It's a
we'll
good
see.
point. He does have a blood machine gun, if I remember correctly.
Right.
Oh, I need to
That does not
remove-
seem like the weapon of someone who takes hostages.
How do I remove? Oh, I messed up the cameras. How do I remove these icons that keep appearing on the corner again? Because Indigo and myself and Jordan.
Oh,
have,
Oh.
we
You
have
gotta
to do that.
hover over the icon and hit clear status.
Yeah, hover over yourself in Discord.
in Discord in general, you can't
in
do
the
it on
call.
camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clear status. There we go.
Okay, hold on.
But now I have a little ghost. Or pizza. Or television.
Hold on. Server settings. Can I remove these?
Just remove the feature.
Well,
Entirely?
I don't know.
Hopefully. They're really annoying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, they
It's
are.
only on this server too that I see them.
Really?
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
they've already been disabled. Like, actually, I'm not on vehicles with really anyone else, but yeah. How do I do that?
I'll screw around with it. Go ahead and start the game. I'll figure it
Okay.
out.
I'll remove it, I guess.
Well, it's gone. There we go.
Okay, and the cameras still look okay on OBS? Yes, they appear to. Okay. So, last time you guys were all licking your wounds, and I think the first scene we have of this issue is I think this is a new NPC that we've talked about during session 0, but we haven't seen yet. This is the Aegis power controller training guy who's training Void and how to control their powers. He's probably one of the few people who has clearance and he like knows who you are and everything. But I think so. We fade in on what's probably some kind of like high budget gymnasium equivalent with like there's some weights, but there's also like a small like climbing gym and like there's lots of other more unusual exercise equipment there. But you and him are the only ones in the room right now. And you're in an area that actually is a lot more empty than others, but there are some like target dummies that are on little tiny drones that are able to like wheel about and move about, and occasionally they'll spout out a general like voice line that can taunt you. But there's like a dozen of them. There's only one right now in sort of the middle of the target practice area, and there's like another dozen that are off to the side deactivated. But this Aegis is we're gonna call them something pretty classic. I think they're, let's call them like Sergeant Green. They came out of the army into Aegis kind of thing. Um, and he's going to like, the first thing he says is like, he says, "So he got away, huh?" Not in an accusatory tone, but sort of like implying that this is sort of joining in partway into a conversation where you, as while you guys were training, he already knows what happened. He has clearance, but he kind of wants to hear, as he's working through exercises with you, he's hearing from you, Void, like your side of the story.
Yeah. In a full body cast. um. Yeah, he's probably definitely like depends on how long after.
I think push-ups on a full body cast is the right move, actually.
It's just like
You only need one to move one finger to use your power, so you're still in here.
um. Yeah, I mean, the car didn't get away, but the giant bug man did.
And how's your team holding up?
Well, we weren't doing great before then.
Hmm. Well, he comes up to you. He says, "All right, one more try." So, um, he has like a almost like a remote car controller in his hand. He brings it up, and you see several of the drones kind of wheel into a formation that reminds you of pins on a pin in like a bowling alley. And he says, "White hole, perfect strike. You can do it. Front one, right into the others."
Gotta line myself up like in Weeble.
Yeah.
But you can't bend your knees because of the cast.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna. Would it just be freak? Because
You
this
don't.
isn't really a
It's sort of. It's not really a
threat.
threat. You can kind of just say, well, how well you think you do at this. I think for this, it's. Um.
I'm gonna leave it up to the dice. That's what I'm
All
gonna
right.
do. Let's say red is bad, green is good. Green is good.
All right. So, yeah, is good in this case a perfect strike, or is it like a 7-9 split effectively, or something that's almost all of them?
It's
Okay.
probably almost all of them, but like one of them, like the last one's like, it's like, dang it.
Yeah. This is um close. An improvement I'm seeing. Keep your I think he says not really asking so much as saying, he's like, looks like you've been continuing with your practice, which is good.
I mean, it's on the job practice, but
Still, you have a few different powers, and looks like you're making sure to use them all when you can. Versatility is important.
I mean, not dying is the most important.
So, he like as he's talking to you, he's like pressing buttons on the controller, and you can see some of the drones are like with like now destroyed and ripped up cardboard training dummy things are like returning to a station that's like refitting them with a new piece of cardboard dummy.
Mm.
So as he is doing that and the drones are refitting the background, he asks you, "So, what's your plan now?" People are, I know, um, some of the other heroes are also looking for him. Potwheel is one of the Archons, so Aegis is, the heads up. The my bosses are keeping an eye out as well. But
Did we give them our like the list he had?
that's up to you. This is a
You
mini time skip, not a really big one.
moved the lab somewhere, but we never really knew
We never saw
where
where
you moved
portaled.
the lab to.
Mm.
To the
So
morgue.
Oh, right, it was to the
Oh,
morgue.
yes, to
So
the
did you
morgue.
tell them
So
about that, or is it
anyway,
just like we're just handling it ourselves?
I feel like this might be a bit above our pay grade, so we'll probably take as much help as we can get.
It's up to you. How
I also
how
already texted.
teenagery are you feeling?
I texted Justice Beam that he was on the list.
That's
So,
true.
as far as Morg is concerned, this is already taken care of and a non-issue.
Yeah, I probably would have shared the list because I have 4 out of 5 conditions.
I don't. I got none. I'm fine.
we're all
Yep,
fine.
I'm good. Yep.
It's just you, actually.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just me.
Just you.
You got really beat up, and the rest of us are just fine about it. We're a little bit upset, but
Yeah.
otherwise
Listen,
it's fine.
I mean, my powers work with having conditions, so it's fine.
Yep. But yeah, he's sort of asking how you feel, and it seems like do you think that he like we haven't seen this NPC before, but you're mostly he's fairly like business focused, like he wants to get you to use your powers effectively more than anything else. But
Mhm.
do you think he can tell? I guess is my question to you, Void. That you have 4 conditions, or in this case, that you're
Oh,
boiling over with emotions.
I think he could tell.
Okay.
I mean, because what I made Void like 16 or 17. I don't remember the exact
Yeah.
age.
I think it was
Um,
16.
Well, he praises your control, and like you have that control nonetheless. He praises that. Just he doesn't say it, but you can tell he means like despite what you're feeling, you're still able to pull your powers together right now, which is good. Um, but I think as your training session is finishing up, he puts his hand. He doesn't put his hand on your shoulder. I don't think you're quite at that point. But he
I mean, he
looks
would
at
have
you.
known me for like 3 years, I think, at this point.
Yes.
But he's a
True.
lot more like business.
He'll put his hand on your shoulder to readjust your stance, but he won't do it to like reassure you. It's kind of a different
Mhm.
type of thing for him. But he'll as you're finishing up, he says, your control is good right now, but whatever you have going on, you need some outlet for it, some way to exercise it. Or it's gonna eventually something might slip. You want I can if you want I can set up some kind of spar with someone if you want to try things out. Might take a bit though with someone who could match up against you.
Okay, let's see how I can clear these conditions. I have hurt someone or break something important. Make a sacrifice to absolve your guilt. Fling yourself into easy relief. Take foolhardy action without talking to your team.
I don't know if what he's offering is quite any of these unless
Hmm.
you go further than he intends.
You punch him in the face.
It-
Have you considered?
no. I think I'm gonna I'm gonna ask him to like set up a spar, but like just with anyone. Like anyone who wants to spar. Like I don't care if they're more powerful than me, less powerful than me, doesn't matter. I need to punch someone. Is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah. He gives you a look. And then I think he says, I know a guy who can take a hit, even from you. But I don't know if you're gonna like him.
Is
Sure
it
about
me?
this?
Is it a
Yes.
superhero named the Masochist? Is this gonna get
No,
weird?
it's not gonna get weird like that, no.
So it's the Pain Emperor.
Emperor of Pain. I mean, who is it?
Um What's their name?
You're gonna have to beat up your mom.
No. Though that would be interesting. But no, I think he. Let me get. I don't have a hero name for him, but I know his power.
He's a new kid on the street.
No.
Donnie Wahlberg?
No, that's new kid on the block.
That's the right way to put this.
The Bricklayer's Apprentice.
The Bricklayers.
The bricklayer. Yes, do it.
Here we go. I think their power is sort of phasing. And I think they're
Moon related.
You could just go with phase.
Yeah, they phase once a
Just
month
sort of,
for a night.
they
or a
lose
whole
weight for
day.
half a month and then they gain weight for half a month.
Oh my god.
No, I think that they're I think they're just gonna be called Blink.
Blink.
Yeah. And their whole thing is they can sort of phase in and out of
Displacer
existence.
Beast.
If only.
So they're like Kitty Pryde, is that what you're saying?
Oh,
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of. Actually, yeah. I haven't seen much stuff with her in general, but yeah.
She
But,
falls
Sure,
through
they can-
walls, right?
She could go through walls and like
Mhm.
other stuff.
Yeah, but they're pretty sure he can shrug off a black hole if he needs to.
Let's
How
find
does
out.
gravity work with that?
It's controllable because she can go forward and backward or down and up. Like she can phase in 3 dimensions.
That doesn't make any sense. I feel like the phase is state
Superpowers don't make
based,
sense. It doesn't matter.
where
I
it's
mean-
either you are phasing or you aren't phasing, and if
Depending
you
on
aren't,
the movie, she could phase in 4 dimensions.
that's also
look
that's a good
Is
point.
that why
You
that works like that?
I think so. I think that's why that
that's
worked like that.
awful. I don't like that. But also, I
No.
didn't like that movie. So
See, Indigo, you're thinking of Mario type phasing. That's a different superhero show.
They
My
actually explain
Hero
how him works. He
Academia?
doesn't ignore gravity when he does that, except when he phases back into something, he bounces out of it. They're weird with that. But yeah, they're a phaser.
They call him
Are they
Phaser
set on
Beam.
stun?
yeah, that's the other part. Is she part of the Dustbusters Club?
Dustbusters. Yeah, I'll go after the Phaser Queen or whatever we're calling it.
Blink.
Blink. Thank you.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, so that'll be set up for a future date. But yeah, he says I'll talk to her and get it all set up. But be careful. She can she's used to fighting pros.
What? Is she like my age?
What does that mean?
What is it? Yeah, what does that mean?
I think so. She's not really. I think he says she's more of a. She's not an active hero per se. She occasionally steps in, but she's no like. I believe we used like Archon as the term for like the Paragon. Paragon, that was it. She's not a Paragon, but she can go toe to toe with a lot of them. Just don't underestimate her.
I will try not to, as I'm in a wheelchair.
Again, conditions are not injuries. But
I know.
you're in an
I've just got
emotional
this picture of
wheelchair.
like an empty auditorium, and there's this phasing superhero in the ring in the center, and we just hear the squeaky wheelchair coming down the ramp.
But it's better if Void is grievously wounded while the rest of us are fine.
Fair. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I did get
believe
ejected out of a car.
Yeah, Void is, if I'm remembering the quote correctly, Void is in a glass cage of emotion right now.
I love how it's Void that's the one that's damaged, whereas like we launched a on fire glass filled morgue into
Yeah,
somebody.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Frankenstein.
but he's
I'm just
dead. It
gonna,
doesn't matter.
I'm just gonna Frankenstein it up. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
He's just got a lot of stitches. That's all.
Yep.
I repair easy. That's why I have the morgue. It's it's like the option was medical facility, but instead it's a morgue because it's so I can fix up my own dead body with questionably
just-
sourced other
I was gonna
dead
say
bodies.
this is probably like a morgue that was like delicensed and shut down and stuff, but then someone forgot to stop paying the power bill. Or
It's an old police station that the top is still decrepit, and I just
actually,
read a
do we want to have the next scene be at there with you guys meeting up or something? Because we haven't actually been there yet.
Yeah,
and
we
we're on
can go to the
fourth
morgue.
session.
Are we all meeting at the morgue?
Well, I don't know. I think after your medical thing, we cut to me in the morgue, just like sewing on a new finger. It's very clearly not the same shade of putrid green.
Mhm.
From a lady.
Yeah, it has like a nice like it still has a
It's
fake
the right
fingernail
it's the
attached.
right size. It's the right size figure. All right, it matches size wise. Whatever
Yep.
fits.
You're doing your nails just in a different roundabout way.
Yeah, I'm just sewing the whole thing on. It's great. It's not horrifying.
No. Luckily, this is a comic, so there are no gross sound effects.
No, there's no gross sound effects. But I have sewn bolts onto my neck just for funsies.
That's the
So-
costume.
Yeah, it's so the mosquito doesn't recognize me.
Are you here alone?
I think we start with just me, and if anyone else wants to be in the morgue to examine
The laboratory?
the laboratory set that we stole.
Is it still just in a pile in a corner somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Excellent. I'll give it a check-in with Glitch or Solar if you want to show up, but I have an NPC that can show up instead if you prefer.
I'm good to bow out for the moment.
Yeah, I don't think I'd.
So
I honestly don't know what Glitch is doing. I got to think about that.
perfect. So I think we then probably while you're stitching on the finger, we show that in the background, sort of like trying to reset up the laboratory, is one of Justice Beam's drones with like little actuators that are like slowly like doing it one thing at a time, grabbing this and like lifting it up. It's like, again, the drone is about the size of your torso. It's not that small, but it can't really lift super heavy things. So it's been working slowly. Half of the laboratory is spread out, and the other half is just half the laboratory is set up, and the other half is just kind of more spread out mess than it was before. But I think there's the drone pauses and comes over to you, Morg, and it says in like Justice Beam says, the lab results have just come in. It looks like Malaria's true identity. Explains a lot of why we haven't been able to catch them. And the screen like picture shifts to show just like a picture of a specific mosquito, but like with radiation green as the shade and color coming off of it.
So the culprit is a mosquito?
We thought that they were able to control mosquitoes. We assumed it was some kind of person. No.
Is it a sentient virus?
The insect itself, I believe. The one
It's just
and
one.
He like pulls up the some of the video feed of your old like fight in the Hero Museum, and says that insect trapped in amber. The reappearance is no coincidence. there's more. Based on what I can find in this laboratory, I need to confirm it still, but it looks like it wasn't just that this insect is able to control people with unusual powers now. It also seems able to control multiple creatures at once.
Oh, that's horrifying.
Indeed. To be blunt, we don't have time to catch it. I'm working on another solution.
To get the bug?
Indeed. We're trying to track
mean,
it through the radio.
I can track it. I got that. I'll build a new spleen. It'll be fine.
The drone is like Justice Beam is silent for a bit and says, after your recent failure to confront, tracking it is not the problem I'm worried about.
I found him, though.
Stopping him is the issue. Even with the tracking, do you know how hard it will be to catch one specific mosquito?
That's what the someone's got to have like a bug spray or something, right? Pick some off up. It'll be fine. Deep woods, maybe. Some of that good stuff with DEET. Bird killing DEET chemicals.
From what we can find from the tracking that my computer's been doing already, the true malaria has been avoiding people, staying high in the sky, or landing on the tops of buildings. They're not really someone who's going to come indoors into your house and bite you. Unless there's a specific need to.
We think it could infect me?
I honestly have no idea.
What do you want to bet? And can you get me a jetpack?
We've talked about the jetpack thing before, Morg.
It's coming up again. I know you have one.
All right. Malaria needs to be stopped.
Yes.
Come to my tower. I'll give you what you're looking for.
That's jetpack, right?
There's a longer
That's what I'm looking for.
Silence, then he says,
That's what I'm looking for. It's a jetpack.
You'll find a jetpack there.
Better. All right, let me go build a spleen. Yeah, I would like to design an undead organ to track malaria.
Okay. So, is this a specific move you're using, or is it your detective powers that you're unleashing?
It's my dead detective powers.
Perfect. So,
It's
I think
detecting, and it's a dead person thing, because I'm just building a magic spleen and installing it.
We shall see when you go looking for it. That is when you're unleashing the powers. Like, so we'll see what that looks like when you go on the hunt. But I think
that's a fair point. We get
prepare.
some weird.
Yeah.
Yes, I prepare.
Weird science.
Weird science.
Getting in a new new nose or something.
Yeah, I DoorDash some
parts in
butcher
some
shop
parts in jars, kind of thing.
Yeah, but I do get them delivered. I don't have them in store.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying it's not DiGiorno, it has to be delivery.
It has to be delivery. These are weird. Random organs are a weird thing to keep around, even for a dead person.
Yep. Can you install non-human parts in your body?
That sounds like a problem that would only affect the living.
Okay.
I don't concern myself with living people problems, because that's the concern, right? That they reject from the body
Your
a
body
process
doesn't
that
reject it.
requires an immune system.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Just thought I would check. Well, if you ever need some like wolf teeth or something, you can just replace some of yours.
Ooh, yeah.
So I think we stop with that. And
Who else is recovering from the fight, emotionally or physically?
well, I have an idea. I'll check in with Glitch and Solar if there's something you have in mind. I have an idea for a scene with Glitch. That's also going to start off somewhat directed, but be a bit more open-ended.
Yeah, that's fine. I seem to have found myself in a weird corner of the internet that I'd like to get out of. So yes, please.
Okay. So
Just like Glitch. Glitch has found himself in a weird corner of the internet.
yep.
Oh, I found the corner of the internet.
I'm not looking at Discord, and I'm not going to at that. So you find, I believe, if I remember right, you did agree, or did you decide to meet with Director Mallard, but we hadn't specified any details beyond that?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. So I think he sends a car for you, and you get out of the car at the superhero museum that is currently being rebuilt very quickly, because again, this is Halcyon City, where superhero battles can destroy buildings relatively commonly enough. So it already looks like they're already doing the interior. The exterior already is done. When you step out of the car, I think someone, I think a woman in just like a like casual business, but like casual dressy business, I guess, says Mr. Mallard will be is right this way, and she's holding an iPad and probably doing stuff on it that seems very important as she walks you through the as familiar as you think they are halls of the museum, while you can see there are construction workers everywhere. Some of them are like they're mostly done again the actual buildings. So there you can see exhibits are basically being reset up. Things are being prepped. Glass frames are being installed. Things like that. And you find Director Mallard he's not angrily yelling at anyone or anything like that. Instead, he's like sort of he's in a corner of the main center of the museum, the largest hall of it. In the center of which I think used to be this large like statue that was celebrating one of the like big iconic Silver Age battles, probably for like the fate of the planet. And in front of that was probably the what was it called? It was the Sword in the Stone, Silver Spark, that isn't there anymore. But you see the broken remains of the stone it was in. The parts of it that are still there are still on the ground, and they haven't been moved, and there's like tape around it, cordoning it off. But Director Mallard is sort of overlooking this all with a critical, inquisitive eye. You can see he's thinking, about this whole setup. He's overseeing, but not saying anything yet. The assistant comes up and introduces you to him, and he nods and says her name and sort of dismissively says like thank you, and tells her he's about to ask for something, and then he stops and he says to you, Glitch, do you eat or drink?
Oh, yes.
Tea or coffee? Or soda? Juice?
Water is fine, please.
I think he gives her a look, and he doesn't have to say anything. She nods and walks off. But his eyes sort of, again, an analyzing, not coldness, but sort of very much like a computer, is like looking at you and examining you. And
I try to mimic it back as best as I can.
Yeah. And he says, you call yourself Glitch, I'm told.
That's what everyone else has called me.
Hmm. Well, Glitch, for now. What do you think? And he sort of like, he doesn't wave his arm grandiosely or anything, but he like turns and looks at the museum, and he says, everything from the destruction and rubble is being rebuilt. Not replaced, but most of the exhibits were recoverable, fixable. The museum and history of heroes of Halcyon will return to glory once more.
That's a good thing.
It
This
is.
city needs to know that the heroes, what has come before, will still stand.
It's
What
very
they stood
important.
for still means something.
It is. It's critical. To forget our past is to learn nothing from it and be doomed to repeat it. The mistakes and the triumphs. We can learn from both. What do you know of what came before? Of the heroes of past?
I think he just starts reciting like chapter and verse of like public knowledge of history stuff. Like probably the director probably like catches that a couple of those lines are exactly what was said by the the voiceover service.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he watches you. Expression, not easy to read, but not obviously changing. But he nods after a bit of you talking. And he says, I see that you remember much. How would you... I think he pauses, and he says, you and your team are making quite a name for yourselves out there. Initially, I was not happy with your team's involvement in what happened, but that is what heroics are. You did not rob the museum. And he names the supervillain who did and was caught, and very intentionally is not really part of the narrative. But he says, yeah, they're the one who did it. Killer Jewel. She's the one who did it. And she's been caught and is now behind bars. Glitch, our previous virtual assistant and tour guide is one of the few things we can't recover. How would you feel about a job here?
What kind of job?
You seem to know quite a lot about older heroes, and I assume you admire their values and what they stood for. With this job, you would be the primary tour guide and knowledge hub to visitors at this museum when it reopens. I think he says like next week at comic book reconstruction levels. Yeah, it'll be like next week it reopens.
So you can. I think Glitch is excited at the prospect. Like, it's something he can do that he knows he's good at.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably readily visible on his face. He says, after a second, there's like a little cloud that comes across that expression, and he says, I do have a responsibility to my team. We don't exactly have a schedule.
I'm sure that your team can, if you let them know in advance of the schedule of your unavailability, they'll know that they can handle things during those times without you. You have
That would be
responsibility.
asking them to make a.
Go on.
That would be asking them to make a sacrifice. We just. I'm the only one that can stand in the way sometimes.
He walks up to you. He is. I don't know, how tall are you actually, Glitch? Or does it vary? I don't know.
It's like average height for a 16-year-old kid.
Okay,
I
so
don't
you're
know.
probably, yeah, you're yeah, roughly you're not especially short or anything like that. So he walks up to you. This time he does very like specifically gently put a hand on your shoulder, and he says, this is also something only you can do. It isn't just the virtual tour guide that was lost. The electricity from Killer Jewel brought down much of our information archives, and some of what was lost, only you know now. The details, the records. Not everything lives on the internet, as much as we wish. We need you.
I'm sure we can work something out. I would have to talk to my team.
I understand. But for all of the many heroes that come and go, right now, you are the only one who remembers many of them. You can do a greater work here, even if it doesn't always feel like it. You are more than just a hero. Glitch. And he's going to use his influence on you as an adult. He's going to try
Gross.
and down your savior and up your freak.
Down my savior and up my freak.
Yeah.
God, I might not even mind that.
He's like, you're not a normal hero. You have this special
Your
thing.
Wikipedia.
Yeah,
You're
your
my
Wikipedia.
personal Wikipedia.
And you don't. Yeah, any other people can save people. but only you can.
Google stuff for
Only
me.
you can save our knowledge.
I'm sorry, you didn't back up.
I'll let the dice decide whether I actually reject that. Why not?
All right.
Reject influence. No situational bonuses. That's a 4.
The words hit hard, and you take a condition anyways. Plus the
Sweet.
dice. How does it make you feel?
L is. I mean, it's sort of a double-edged sword, right? Like, Glitch doesn't have a purpose in life other than, being on this team, and this could give him a sense of identity. But he's made a lot of his world connected to the team, and this means walking away from that at least partially.
Yep. But it's up to you what condition that does in the moment. But he says, talk to your team.
Oh.
And I think he says, I'm sure they'll understand. And I think the last thing he says is like, we'll meet again soon for the grand reopening. Which I'd like to have all of your team invited to, by the way. Pass that along.
I think I know where we can
Okay.
fight malaria. I want to smash him through the grand reopening sign.
I like it.
Yeah, I think Glitch walks out feeling hopeful, confused, and guilty.
All right.
If you don't mind, I love to jump in at this point for a quick scene.
Mm-hmm.
Glitch, when you get home, you see me sitting on your doorstep.
This is like your own, like with your caretaker's home.
Yeah, the caretaker's home.
Okay.
Okay.
So Solar kind of sees you in the distance and jumps up and is like, Glitch, there you are. Are you okay?
Oh, yeah, physically.
Physically? Or sorry, I started that off a little wrong. I didn't. Sorry for coming here unannounced. I just wanted to make sure. After that last fight, I mean, I know it was really, really busy, but I feel like part of it, I remember you yelling and then picking up Morg and throwing him at the villain. Did that happen?
It did. I may have gotten upset.
Okay. What made you upset?
The way we've been going about things, it doesn't measure up to what I know of heroes. And in everything I remember, they were always in control. They always knew what they were doing. They knew what they were walking into. They handled the problems. We've just been falling into things and dealing with them as they come. Morg's been leading us almost daily into situations that we knew nothing about.
But you know that's what heroing is normally like, though, right? Heroes don't have everything figured out either.
I think he goes into a list of like old heroes and how they never did any shit like this.
Ooh, look. those old heroes, you only think that they never did anything like this because they never made that public. They hid the stuff when it went wrong. And so it's different when you're living it.
It just isn't
Look at
what
it
I
this-
expected.
Look at it
It's
this
very
way.
messy.
Did you think that it was heroic to throw your teammate at the villain? Did that measure up to your ideas of what being a hero is?
To that point, Morg had not actively involved himself in trying to defend the people around him or his teammates. A hero should always do what needs to be done to help.
On that note, I seem to remember you holding back a bit from getting in that car. Glitch, you were the only one of us who really could have had a realistic chance to get into that armor-plated thing. None of the rest of us had reasonable powers, but you were holding back a bit there. Can you explain why?
There were too many innocents.
They were
Yeah,
close.
I could have thrown caution to the wind and just jumped in there, but that car had produced several effects that we knew nothing about. You were grabbed by it. There was a net launcher. If I had gotten closer, there may have been even more deadly countermeasures. We didn't know anything. So I assumed the role of mitigating damage.
If we spend all of our time mitigating damage, we're never going to be able to catch and stop the people who are actually causing it. We aren't ever going to always know everything. So we need to work with what we have and actually go after and put away the people who are causing the problems. Look, I know I'm not that old at this, and I haven't been doing this for this long, but I feel a little responsible for you. You're really new at this, and you could be a pretty great hero. So what's holding you back?
Are you comforting and supporting and seeing if they open up?
Sure. Sounds good to me.
All right. Roll what's
Then
mundane.
looks at mundane score and sees how well this will go. That's
7.
better than it should be with a -2. All right.
Ooh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
a good roll.
damn.
So on a hit, they hear you. Zen, you can mark a condition, mark potential clear condition, or shift labels if you open up to.
Mm. I will clear my guilty condition. And
Easy come, easy go.
yeah, yeah.
Man, it must be nice.
That reminds me,
You know?
are we at 2 team at the start of the session plus 1 team? We were at 1, I thought, or were we out?
I think we had quite a number of team.
I think we
And
no,
the
we had
last
2
one.
at the end.
We had 2 at the
We had
end?
2
Or
at the
were we
end.
team? Yeah,
Yeah.
we used a
Okay.
bunch during the fight.
So sorry, the question is why is Glitch holding back?
Yeah.
Okay. I think he says because I am uncertain of how to go forward. The only reference I have for anything that we're doing is the stories of all those epic stories of the people that came before us. There aren't any stories about Justice Beam when he first starting out messing up 7 times in a row and fumbling into a fight. There aren't stories about Mother Time going out and seeing her friends chewed up by 7 bad guys and running away. I don't know how to handle these situations. It's a lot. All I do know is that if there's any harm coming to any of you, I need to put myself between it because you're very soft.
Look, I appreciate your wanting to protect me. I guess. How can we make this work so that you can get some more real world experience about what things are actually like? Because things aren't like the stories. Do we want to go and, I don't know, interview some real heroes? Or wait, you're living with the
Silverclaw.
person. Pardon?
Silverclaw.
Silverclaw.
Silverclaw. Do we know much about them yet? This is
Yeah, you're asking Zen. Have you
this
to-
is me out of character
on-
asking
Yeah.
what we know.
On a player level, I mean, we know a little bit about them. Our characters would probably know the name if they were well versed in superhero history.
Have you let us know that you have a place to live with them?
Oh yeah,
Okay. Like, maybe you should be talking with Silverclaw to know more about what it was like for them as they were starting out heroing, because it's not all grand stories.
You can say that again. You hear the smoker's lung come. So Silverclaw arrives. She's out of costume and everything, but she comes back with an empty folder, formerly full of resumes when she left. She says, "No
Damn.
luck yet."
it's just like a 60-year-old lady, and she needs to go out and find a job after being a superhero.
Yep.
Fuck this economy.
That is dark.
There's no superhero pension fund?
Oh, she's not sure if she's
Aegis,
using it
Aegis
yet.
doesn't pick up that shit for her? No, she would hate Aegis. Never mind.
Listen, I
Yeah.
mean, you do know of a job that is opening up in the museum.
You do, you're right. For someone who knows about superhero history.
Yeah.
That is true.
She says,
Come here, kids. I'll tell you the
do you
real
men-
story
do you
about
mention
laser
that to
beam.
she doesn't bring up your meeting with Mallard while Solar is there, but you can if you want to. I'm sure she knew that today was the day, but she isn't going to bring it up. But she comes in and she I assume you guys are on the front lawn, or did you go inside during your talk?
I think we were just standing on the stoop at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, if she's going in, we'll probably walk in behind her. I
Yeah.
mean,
You
Yeah.
guys want anything? I got water and I got juice. Like I'm taking a liking to prune juice. It's stereotypical, but it grows on you.
keeps me regular.
Water would be great, thanks.
All right.
I had plenty of refreshments at Director Mallard's office.
How'd that go?
He offered me a job.
Wow. Ugh. That's good. That's good. Just, ironic and everything.
Ironic how? And what kind
I've
of
been
job?
looking for. Museum told me they'd hire me back. Haven't heard anything though, so I've been going out looking for pay, seeing if I can pick something up. I've left voicemails with the museum. Haven't heard back. People look at you funny when you're a one-armed cyborg. She has, a silver arm, and she says,
With claws on it.
with retractable claws on it.
Sure.
And she says, this thing's expensive to maintain now. And, well, I have my savings fund from. I think she says she basically says she doesn't actually like. She admits she doesn't need a job, but I think her pension. There's something. She doesn't want to go into it too much, but like she's very reluctant to access her superhero savings account right now. I think it's like
Have you heard of the Dogecoin? That's what it all tied up in.
No, I think it's more like it's like like it's tied up with Aegis somehow. And she doesn't really want to open that can of
Aegis
worms,
bucks.
even if her money is buried inside all of those worms right
They
now.
want my damn fingerprints for the savings account. I am not giving the government my
Yeah.
fingerprints.
Something like that, yeah.
They're gonna use that to track my whereabouts. Hold on, let me pull out my phone.
Yeah. Every time they send me new parts to my arm, do you know how many little tracking devices I have to go in and pull out? How many little softwares I have to reprogram? Ugh. You wouldn't believe it. I'm not gonna just waltz in there, then they'll win. And they'll know it too. No, they can have my money. They're not
I think
taking
we
my
have a new
arm.
mission. We go steal her money from Aegis.
This is not Blades in the Dark. Though actually a super villain Blades in the Dark hack, I really hope the one exists.
That would be fun.
But that would be fun.
I'm
So
sure
I think
you could just kit bash
I mean,
with
that feels like
masks
Wicked Ones.
and Blades of the
Masks
Dark.
and Wicked Ones.
You could
Yeah.
probably kit bash something together. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Glitch will say yeah, they apparently their records are not recoverable, and I might be the only copy.
So Malad wants you to, what, write down everything you know?
He didn't go into particulars, just that I would be the, what were his exact words? The central whatever. I'll repeat exactly what he said.
Okay, yeah. I think he. So to summarize what I don't remember specifically what he said, but yeah, he wants you to, be both the, I guess brain and voice of the like museum and of hero history to visitors of the museum.
Something tells me the word disembodied was purposefully omitted from that, but
There was no mention of a body or the lack thereof.
He wants to download you back into the computer.
Probably. So yeah, I'll tell them that and be like, I am considering taking him up on his offer. I could help restore what was lost.
You should. It's important. And you feel like there's more that she wants to say, but she isn't. She just sort of stops there. And
What?
Well, something Solar brought up actually makes me think I might not want to do it. She said that some of the things I know aren't necessarily the full story. That the failures of past heroes aren't as enshrined in history as they could be.
I feel like you should go talk to a reporter at some point, but I've worked with enough of them that I can tell you that real reporters, they kind of get a bit preachy with the truth, whatever that means, and what it means to them. Usually involves a lot of metaphors about archaeology and digging stuff up and mining and fighting. It's real like Dwarf Fortress stuff. It's an old enough game that she would know it, at least in its original form.
Why is that? All right.
Mining
You
and
are playing with
fighting.
the ASCIIs? The
Yeah.
ASCII texts?
And she says, what you do know is probably the truth, Glitch. The information you have stuff in your head there. But the whole exhaustive truth, I don't want to say most people don't want to hear it, but you kind of gotta. Let's use the metaphor of a meal. You eat food, obviously. So if someone wants a meal, you don't just dump all of the nutrition on one big bucket and give it to them, and there's the meal. You got to plate it right, you got to present it right, and you got to split the food sometimes into multiple dishes with the right thing. It's a whole thing. Imagine that with information. You don't always just give them everything. You don't always give them exactly what they ask for in one pile. You kind of gotta dress it up a bit. Doesn't mean it's not true, but it doesn't mean everyone is always gonna see the truth or all parts of it at the same time. Does that make any sense? I think the meal metaphor was better. Just now I'm hungry.
I think so. I'm hungry now too.
You know what? I can make up some mac and cheese. I bought some boxes. They're on sale.
Soldier
mean-
who still hasn't left yet perks up at that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's your favorite dish. All right. She does it. She starts boiling some water in the background.
But that's kind of what I was talking about, right? It's if you just give everything, or if you are dressing it up pretty in one way, people don't get the whole story. Anyhow, what I mean to say here is, Glitch, you're really, really lucky to have Silverclaw, someone who can tell you what that whole story is, how it was like. Like, I think it's a good idea if you listen to her, if you pay attention to her, she can teach you so much. And I guess while I've got you here, do you mind if I ask you a question?
You're asking this to Silverclaw?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's of course. I'm an open book.
It's not exactly a question about you, it's more. So, when I started doing this, and she kind of gestures the microphone necklace, which is, on at the moment.
She doesn't know what you mean, but okay.
That's fine.
I don't think, unless Glitch explicitly told her, I don't think she knows she's currently live.
That's fine. I had no idea that letting people know what was going on could put people in danger like that. I didn't, in that last fight, I didn't realize that people wouldn't listen to me when I asked them to. Like, why wouldn't they do what a hero asks them to in the middle of an active battle zone? It's one thing if I get hurt, but my fans were never supposed to. What do you do in a situation like that?
Sad truth is, a lot of people are stupid. Not individuals, but you get a group of people, you get them egging each other on. They listen to each other more than they listen to you. Even though you can see the, flying fire demon or something flying straight for its face. They don't see it, or they think you're going to save them, so they're safe. Halcyon's the worst, but people are so used to superheroes and supervillains that there's a bit of spectacle sport in watching it. Some people try to, what's the word? It's like some people try to put themselves in as much danger as possible to get saved. It's weird and obviously super dangerous. But people come in all sorts of shapes and sizes and colors and feelings, and people are different from each other. And there's a lot of people in Halcyon. You're gonna get a couple odd crackers. Oh, a couple odd people that don't they're not gonna listen to you. Some people are gonna listen to everything you say. Some people are gonna a lot of people are gonna hit on you. Just gonna say it straight. It's gonna suck. Happened to me. Happens to me. Some people recognize me. Happens to me now. Look at me. You should be saying that I look great and that of course that's happening, but
That was not the direction I expected that to go.
You're a young woman. You're popular. You're a hero. Honestly, you're gonna go through some stuff.
I really appreciate the offering of dinner and all that, but I think I'm just gonna go now. Thank you for the advice.
Does she even know about the live stream?
She has no idea. She's just assuming you're talking about being a popular hero.
Oh, it's gonna get so much worse with the live stream.
Oh yeah. So I think she says again, not knowing, she says, "Run from it ain't gonna help." She's using her influence on you.
That's good. I was fishing for that.
Yeah. She wants to. She's gonna say people are not gonna treat you normally and things are gonna get weird. So she's downing your mundane, and she is upping. In this case, I think she's gonna actually up your superior. She's gonna more say like, she's gonna sort of be saying like keep people at a distance. So I consider
she's
it freak, but
downing mundane and upping superior.
Yeah, that's what she wants to sort of influence you to be.
I both don't like that, and my mundane can't go lower, so I'm going to attempt to reject that, and we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
All right. Reject influence.
You take 2 conditions then.
Okay.
So it turns out these post-fight scene conversations are where the real conditions coming.
Not for me.
I'm fine. I got a jetpack out of it.
We'll see how that goes.
All right. I think I'm going to take insecure because that is not what I was expecting. And I
Hopeless?
think angry? Because
angry works too.
Lich didn't seem to pick up or pay attention in the same way I wanted that talk to go.
Sure.
And yeah. Maybe just frustrated that it went off course.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, potential. I forgot about that.
Yes. And Glitch, you get yours for your earlier roll.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right. So I will flusteredly leave the house thinking about that.
As you're walking past Glitch, he's gonna catch your eye and be like, you did just say we should listen to her.
I meant you just... She's a good mentor. I'm glad you have her. Have a fun, nice dinner. Goodbye.
As you walk out, you just hear, I saw her phone. She was getting weird texts from people. I think you're right.
Solar's chat is now just Omega lulz.
Speaking of that, you get a text from your manager saying, I think reminding you of like I think we talked
terms
about
of
having,
service.
like, a talk show. No, about having like your talk show time. I think that's been scheduled for like tomorrow evening or something.
Is this talk show time or talk show date time?
talk show plus whoever guest she brings on time. So that
I
depends.
do a quick
Wants to
text
be
back
on the
to say, who
show.
should I be bringing? Who should I bring?
You ask
Lord,
your
should bring-
you ask Dexter or you're asking the group?
Yeah, I'm asking Dexter.
Okay.
I'm texting him. Dexter? We named him Dexter? Okay.
According to my notes, his name
I believe it,
was
but I did not realize
Yeah, Dexter
my
Dallas,
man here
wasn't
was
it?
a serial
Dexter
killer.
Yeah.
Dallas, superhero
right.
relations.
Superhero relations.
Yep. I think there's a pause and then
Like the bubbles pop up and then they go away and then they
Yeah.
pop up.
and I think
And I am busy staring at those bubbles as I wait to try and stop blushing.
yeah. I think what he says is everyone is gonna want to know about Actually, I have a question before he answers. Have you told him which Void
Which
brother
brother?
you're dating?
No, not actively.
Perfect. So he assumes it's Void, and he says, you should bring Void on. They're gonna have a lot of questions for you two. They're particularly interested.
This is gonna be so.
He just gets an okay back, and I
Excellent.
keep heading home.
Cool. So, I think next scene, do we want to see Morg arriving at the Justice Tower?
You see Morg scaling the Justice Tower.
Oh, right. Yep.
Adam West Batman style, like crouched down with a rope.
Yeah,
Rope
pretty
or, like,
much.
suction cup plunger things, or what are we thinking?
No, I think it's a rope.
Perfect. I think you get to the top and you let yourself in the conspicuously open window there. And
I don't. I
You don't.
smashed through
you
it.
smash through. Okay. You hear Justice Beam's voice on the speaker say, I left the door open for you, and you still insisted. If I didn't cut that rope, if I cut that rope, you would be, well, not
Dead?
dead. No, but
Again?
seems hard to walk on shattered legs.
You'd think. I'm working on nanites. When I figure them out,
Yeah.
my bones will be better than ever.
So, have you've told me before that you haven't actually seen Justice Beam face to face yet, but you, I think, have been in the tower before.
Yes.
So, I'm guessing there's like a specific like one floor of the tower or something that you're allowed to go into or something like that, but not the rest. Or what do you
I'm
think?
picturing that there was a series of training rooms, kind of like a dungeon.
So you
that
enter into
one
like a
had to-
series of escape rooms, basically.
Yeah, that's how the training worked.
Excellent.
The notorious 5-room training facility.
Yes. You've
There's actually
exactly 1
25
hour to
Yeah,
train.
there's actually like 25 rooms, and it Rubik's cubes itself
yeah.
to design a path.
But no, I think he says, in order to earn the jetpack and to qualify for the mission I want to give you, I've designed a new set of training exercises for you.
I thought this was an unconditional jetpack.
I think
I was gonna supply the detector organ, which I've done, by the way. And I pull up my shirt, and there's like a weird scar with a nose
which
sticking out of
only
it a
you
little
can
bit.
use.
And I brought the can of bug spray, and I have like a can of bug spray. You're gonna give me a jetpack.
You want to provoke him into let's bypassing this?
Yeah, I would like to provoke him into a jetpack for me, please. Thank you.
Okay. In this case, I think he is susceptible to your words in this situation. Roll plus superior to
I rolled real
provoke.
good.
Yep. So there's a long fine. But like, you take the jetpack And I think you see as he's talking to you, the room you're in starts like shuffling past all the others to like the final prize room, basically.
Yeah.
But he says, "There's a device created next to the jetpack. Take it as well as part of your next mission. Should you fail to stop malaria through your old-fashioned way, this device will release an insect-killing gas in your area.
So will this one, as I hold up my can of bug spray.
This one will cover roughly a city block or two."
Raid.
I can buy a pallet.
The room's. I think you provoked him, so I think he gives it like you still can take the jetpack, but
Take the bug spray too.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. Nonetheless, Justice Beam says, "Your impudence is growing. After the beating you just took, I thought you wouldn't overestimate yourself quite so much. But it looks like, if anything, you've grown more proud."
A jetpack out of there. I now have a jetpack.
Did I make a suggestion? No, I
The
think
jetpack
I've
doesn't
got to.
work until he activates it. Was going to be my suggestion.
Well, no. Knowing what we know of Justice Beam, I think his next words were, "2 of those rooms would have taught you how to use the jetpack. Good luck," and the floor falls out.
Yes. So yeah, you accidentally use the jetpack, and like this is Iron Man making the Iron Man suit without when he's at like 100% power by accident kind of thing. You accidentally shoot out of there way too fast.
Good thing my brain can't get any more mushed. Yeah. G-forces are useless against me.
Yep, also true.
Can't black out if there's no blood up here in the first place.
You see, I'm surprised Justice Beam's plan wasn't shoot a beam into the sky and wait for the bugs to come into the beam.
Well, the thing is, an intelligent mosquito wouldn't go into it. That's the thing.
That's fair.
On the other hand, I have added jetpack to my mentor resources list.
Yep.
So now it's a new feature of Morgue. I have a jetpack.
Mm-hmm.
Detective powers. Dead. Jetpack.
Unfortunately, the jetpack also has a built-in radio to Justice Beam in it.
That's the worst feature I could have possibly imagined.
Yep. And so the words continue as you jetpack away, and it says, "I knew you'd do that. So I designed this radio. I'll be in touch. Just make sure not to screw up again." And his last words, he's gonna try and exert his influence on you. In this case, he is going to, he's not so much like telling you to do this specific thing or be this specific thing. He's more making it known what he thinks about you. He doesn't think you're very superior.
I don't want to know what he thinks about me even a little bit. Then I feel like it'll hurt my feelings.
Then roll to reject his influence unless you have a thing that makes him not influence you. Did you have?
I don't.
Okay. Then yeah, you can.
I just think he's gonna hurt my feelings.
You don't care what he had to say.
No, I was trying. I thought it would pop up and it would be funny. It was supposed that's the powerful blow roll.
That's still a 6 and a 5, which is good.
I'm trying to see if I have a mod.
For this, you don't. It's just a straight roll.
It's a -2 if you're insecure. There's a.
I'm not.
The delinquent has a thing that gives you a bonus to that. You may want to look into that if that's what you're into.
Oh, then it's 11 anyway.
Yeah, exactly. It's a natural 11. So you find the mute button, or you like whatever.
Rip my ear off.
Yeah, that would do it. You always have a mute button.
I'm not listening to you, little robot voice. You can't hurt my feelings from inside the jetpack, and I rip my ear off.
That would do it.
They never said you had to like the person that is your mentor.
Nope.
Nowhere in the playbook do you have to like them.
I think you and your mentor have the most combative relationship out of any NPC relationship in the game. But yes, okay. So we'll end that scene with you jetpacking away and pulling your ears out.
I'm assuming the jetpack has lasers that come out the back.
Less a jetpack and more a laser pack.
Yeah, it's like a sci-fi jetpack that
Yeah.
Not using.
We'll put stickers on it.
It's more of a motion propulsion pack or something like that.
It has a kinetic laser that comes out the back of it.
Something like that.
Kinetic laser.
It's connected to the punch dimension.
Exactly.
So, we have about 10 minutes till we could go to break. We could go to break now, or does someone else have a scene they want to do this early?
I want to continue my jetpacking towards Void.
Okay. Void, where are you?
Where are you?
Is this at night, or I guess what time are you looking for Void?
Depends on where Void is.
He's probably at home, so he'd probably just show up at night.
Yeah, I would like to show up hovering in my jetpack outside your bedroom window, like a sci-fi teen romance movie.
Does jetpack have tabs or tags rather? Is it like do we know like how this jetpack operates? Is it like insanely loud or?
It's a laser. It probably hums, I'm guessing, to like mechanically generate the laser. Other than that, I'm going to leave it to Morg.
It's technically a vehicle. Because that's what it falls in the rules for my playbook. It's technically a vehicle. So whatever rules vehicles have are the rules that the jetpack has.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't think there's any specific rules for just that vehicle. Like, the Outsider has the Kirby Craft, which has tags, but most things in this game don't.
Yeah, tags aren't really a big thing in this. So we can.
I am. Even though it's silly, I am playing. I did fix something I could actually like justifiably fit in the playbook without having to mod it.
Yeah, playbook. Yeah.
So I'm just hovering outside Void's window, asking if he wants to go see the city or something.
Do you start singing "I Can Show You the World"?
Maybe when we're like underway.
Hums it under his breath, absent-mindedly.
Yeah, but Void, look what I got.
Cool. Like, are you gonna like carry me? I can't really go on your back.
Sure. Come on, crawl out your window. We can go. I got something we need to talk about, but it's not safe on the ground.
That's the least weird thing you've ever said to me. Which is like, all right, I'll just like try.
Yeah. So you get Princess carried in your cast. And I would like to go to cruising altitude as we circle the city.
That's an impressive amount of trust.
Listen, I mean, worst case, I just wormhole myself to
Yeah, it's fine. We're both basically immortal. He's a space god. I'm dead. It's fine.
Okay. If I heard that right, you're going on patrol?
Yeah. Wait, you didn't say we're going on patrol.
Yeah, I'm patrolling. I'm flying around the city, and under the guise of showing Void my new jetpack because I got a new cool toy. But while we're doing that, I'm letting him know that this is just about the altitude that we think this malaria hangs out at. Apparently, he's actually a sentient bug and not a real person. He likes to hang around the building, so we're scoping it out, I guess, now.
So we're we're working right now.
Yeah, reach down to my belt and grab the bug spray. If you see anything, kill it immediately.
I look down to my pajamas. that I'm wearing. You know, I'm not really dressed for this.
You need to wear a helmet before you use jetpack flight because you're not dead.
That's a good point. I can't really get to max speed without your helmet.
I don't think that'll stop G-forces, but sure.
I put on my void helmet that has been patched, but you can just tell there's like a huge gash that was.
Do you
in
just
it.
like keep it under your pillow?
Yeah, justice never sleeps.
That's a good point. If you hear the radio go off, kick it.
Got it. Yeah, so I'm in my alternate attire, which is the helmet and my
and
PJs.
pajamas.
Yeah. New action figure coming next week.
Yeah.
That's how
Yeah.
we sell the toys.
But grab the bug spray can. Honestly, how many conditions do you have?
4?
Yeah, I would like to comfort and support Void
Thank you.
with this pretend patrol around the city. We are actually looking, but I'm not using my detective powers or my undead organ to
You're not,
like be
you're looking,
successful.
but you're not going to find them this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
But just in case, I have Void hold the can of bug spray.
Yeah. Bug spray, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, roll to plus mundane to comfort or support.
Yeah.
Because when I think of, my undead friend, I think of mundane.
Also, you're clutching to your undead friend to, be support on the jetpack.
Yeah. I'm
And wondering
physically
how he's
supporting
carrying
you
you with the lack
from
of-
sudden death,
What-
which
if
I'm
you're-
sure brings
yeah.
great
You're
comfort to
holding me
your
with your
heart.
arms that could fall off.
I mean, I can wormhole.
You can.
But you could
Now, the
also
big
end up in the
question-
sun. It's like 50-50 if it goes to the right
That's
place.
True, that's true.
And does velocity stay the same if you wormhole?
Listen,
a good
I
point.
mean, if I take one more condition anyway, I mean, Void just might teleport himself to the sun anyway.
Yeah.
Just get it over with.
For some reason, I have +2 mundane, so let's roll.
Oh.
I missed. I rolled so good all day, except for this one. Apparently, it doesn't get through to you at horrifying speed.
Just
So,
what?
on a 6-, okay, I just get to say what happens. Oh. Okay, so
Did we run into malaria?
no.
You see the moon behind you and the shadow of a car.
Oh my god, we didn't even consider. Is he limited to
All
wheeled
vehicles.
vehicles?
Nope.
What about all vehicles? Oh
Yep.
no, he's gonna throw a plane at us.
Also, technically, your jetpack's a vehicle. So
you just said it is technically a
Vehicle.
vehicle.
I did.
But no, I think we're gonna say what happens is the patrol itself is relatively uneventful. You don't find anything. Everything seems good. Then you get back home. In the few hours you've been gone, there are some holes in your wall. Not of your bedroom, but the main living area, the main floor downstairs, has been trashed. Your mom's nowhere to be seen.
You live in a rough area? Gang violence? What's going on?
Oh, very nice area. That means she's been taken.
I would like to stick my finger in one of the bullet holes in the wall. Is it bloody? Is this a blood machine gun?
Let's unleash your detective powers to find out what happened here.
Let's assess the situation, right?
So looking at the questions for assess a situation, it's more like assess the situation while it's happening, not after it's happened. I think this is unleash your powers to extend your senses for
not to worry, I'm still rolling superior no matter what you say. So
Perfect.
I still roll the 6. It doesn't matter.
Well, you got 2 potential between those 2 rolls. Okay, with a 6, you put things together. It looks like the yes, malaria struck while you were gone, and the worst thing is, it looks like not only is your mother missing, you realize as you check upstairs, none of your family are home.
You want to roll?
I'd say we go to a commercial.
I think we go to break.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
great
we could go to
commercial.
break.
Okay, we'll be back in a few minutes with dealing with this sudden emergency.
I'm so glad it wasn't wizards with full auto magic missile wands.
No, not.
I mean, it could still be. That was a 6.
Holding them
That was
sideways.
2 6s in a row, actually.
This will get us views on Twitch.
Oh yes, we are back with Cat Cam for Masks Part 2.
Hello, Internet.
Issue
We
4.
have a cat.
Give us money. We have a cat.
We have a cat. It is cute. So,
Yep.
Someone's family appears to have been kidnapped. Just
Theoretically.
that's what your deductive powers
I mean-
say.
I mean, they could have gone out for late night yogurt.
Yes.
How
Without
powerful
me.
are my deductive powers? Can I rewrite reality and substitute my own here?
You can rewrite
Not on
your
a
own
6.
reality and substitute your own.
That's
But
a
I don't
good
know if
point.
that's
I
a
did roll a
superpower,
6.
such as that's more of a delusion.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
it
that's more
was
of a mental
6.
illness.
And
Yeah.
going by the evidence, by the way, not necessarily kidnapped, could have been murdered, and their bodies are currently being put in holes somewhere. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, at least one of them transformed. No, actually, you don't
What?
know that. You know that there was a
We do
transformed
now.
person here. You know there was at least a transformed person here, and you know they're all missing and have been taken.
Cool.
They might have all been bitten,
Ooh,
but you're not
this
sure.
might be a long shot, but I feel like based on what the general populace knows about our group, Solar's always streaming.
Yeah.
That's a good way for a bad guy to always keep tabs on you, and it's a good way to always call out a bad guy.
Do you want it? So, do we cut in with you as the guest on the next night's Q&A episodes? That
No, I was saying that night. That same
that
night.
night you do it early.
Immediately.
Immediately, yeah, we go. Listen, he's
Still in
probably
the
listening in."
pajamas.
No, I put on my outfit.
Oh.
I'm
So-
pissed, but I'm not. Oh, I am
I assume
angry.
group meeting, then letting everyone know what happened.
Yeah. Group
More
meeting.
like desperate text from Borg as Void
SOS.
storms off to go put pants on.
Okay.
I put on my biker pants.
I think we
Oh,
all, or I show up at the house. I assume we both do.
Yeah, I would say
yeah,
just meet at the house.
yeah, I'll get out of an Uber.
Yep. We did have a
Asking
couple taxis showing up.
asking for clarification on what a tip is. So that Uber driver is real happy.
You provided a service that I paid you for, yes? What
Yeah.
is this
Then you have
tip?
to explain the gig economy.
I mean, let's see here. My provoke someone is 2, but I have -2 to provoke someone.
So, I guess, in a way, set the stage for me. Firstly, this is late at, like, I think this is meant to be like night. Then getting later now at night.
Mhm.
Dexter's probably signed off for the night and is just like, okay, we're leaving you with like live air, which is usually what happens until in the few hours between Solar.
Until he wakes up.
Until he wakes up, yeah. Until he wakes up, until Solar.
It'll be in 5 minutes.
I assume Solar you don't stream when you're sleeping.
You'll be awake in 5
Oh,
minutes
come on.
after.
I don't bother to turn it off depending on what house I'm in. but-
Okay.
Yeah, it's obviously set up to go to like interlude music until her voice is heard, and then it kicks
Oh,
back
yeah,
on.
I like
That probably makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, dude, you don't want to be a sleep talker with that on.
Oh, if there'd be a setup for that of like,
Yeah.
wait till it hears more of your voice. Nonetheless, Dexter
As
isn't
someone
here.
whose wife is a sleepwalker and talker, I had a full-blown conversation with her. And I asked her the night, like the day after, like, oh, like, do you remember what we talked about? She's like, what? Did not know. Had no idea. I was talking to my sleep version of my wife.
And
Oh my
then your reaction was, well, the money's already spent.
We're committed
was-
now. It's like for a full year.
Yeah.
We're going to be in another country. You agreed.
I think the worst one was she was asleep, and I was like, she was talking, I'm like, oh, you're asleep, and she went, no, I'm not. She dead ass got mad at me in her sleep for accusing her of
Yeah,
being asleep.
That's amazing.
It was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I assume that we're informed of the situation via text while in cabs
Yes.
en route.
Yeah.
Cool. First things you should know as you get to the door is Dex's office is locked. He does not, in fact, live at his office.
Oh no, I thought we were going to
We were
Voight's
going
house.
to
Voight's-
Voight's house.
Oh, you're going to Voight's house. Okay,
Yep.
cool. Do you call the cops?
Oh.
No.
Why would we call the cops?
Just thought
What
I'd
are they
check.
gonna do?
I am the law.
Thought I'd check.
I am
Cool.
the law.
So, the four of you are here looking around. Morg has already done his investigative work.
I'm still hovering. I'm showing off. I have
Yeah.
a cool new jetpack.
Yeah, I mean, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and do it. So
Void, can
I'm
you
gonna.
not get me your stepladder so I don't have to look at what's up there? Thanks. That kind of thing.
How many times have we seen Morg like try to bend down to pick something up and angled the jets and slammed himself into a wall?
A couple times. Because I'm not turning it off to pick anything up.
No.
It's a weird like trying to dive
Yeah,
for
the thing
it.
about being dead is that physics has to deal with you. You don't really have to deal with physics.
Like physics affects me. The consequences
Yeah.
not as much.
For the most part. Okay.
Yeah. So once everyone gets there, I will try and not find Solar, but like I see Solar, I say, "Where's your mic? Where's the microphone?"
I
Like, where-
gesture to the necklace that I am always wearing.
I will like try and grab the necklace and be like, "Hey, malaria, you
Um,
fuck!" Like, I'm gonna try
You're
and
just
provoke him to come
screaming
back.
into her chest, basically.
I'm gonna try and provoke malaria through the airwaves to come back and find us.
Malaria doesn't appear. You don't feel that malaria is susceptible to your words right now.
You mean
But
he's not
you do
listening
feel
to
that you're
Solar's
getting-
live
I didn't say.
stream?
You don't know whether or not he's listening. It doesn't mean
But
that he's susceptible.
you do feel yourself getting shoved rather violently away from me.
Meanwhile, the neighbor across the street is just watching someone yell at someone's cleavage. That's all they see.
Teenagers.
Teenager.
Look, I'm really sorry your family is gone, but can you maybe give me a little bit of warning? If we're going to do this, let's do this right. So we're looking, and I'm going to talk to the stream. So hello to anybody who's listening right now. I'm sorry, I know I don't normally do this, but we're looking for my teammate's missing family. We're looking for...
No,
So-
no. Stop.
If you think... I mean, of course you're going to tell us if they see any, like, large malformed bug people.
Are you
That's-
giving? So again,
I'm
Dexter's
still
asleep.
talking.
Okay.
I'm still talking. So, I mean, I guess just report anything weird to the people you're supposed to report weird stuff to. Why are we even doing this? How is this supposed to help find your family even a little bit?
If you see
I would like to
pride,
take
call
over
the
the
police.
I would like to take over the stream and start ranting about kill all the bugs.
Everyone, get your raid.
Everyone open bug bombs on their roof.
Call your
There's a-
exterminator.
There's a super mosquito on the loose.
I don't know how this is supposed to help. All right, my mom's supposed to see shit coming. Okay, she
Cover
didn't
this
see this
town
coming.
in DEET. What is
Okay,
that orange
your mom
mist
is
they
not-
banned after Vietnam? That dump it.
Agent Orange. You want them to
Yes.
Agent Orange the city.
It's the only way.
I love how we have two different conversations going on in public stream.
So,
getting,
and
like,
yes, the stream
none
has
of
no
it.
idea what's going on because you
Just
are all
loud,
yelling over each
angry
other.
voices.
Solar, just so you're
chat,
aware, all you
don't
hear
see chat,
behind
but
you.
Chat's just they're clipping everything as that's going on. This is getting saved as a YouTube video later.
Oh no, we're going on live stream fail.
And Solar, you just hear glitch behind you. This is exactly what I was talking about.
I spin around and say, look at Glitch and say, fine, if you think that we can do better, you lead us. What should we do now, Glitch?
Well, we know that anyone infected can be tracked.
I can track them. I got a new thing.
Why didn't you lead with that?
Good, then do that.
We all knew
Let's
this.
do that.
I didn't know this.
No.
I would like to activate my
Your
malaria
spleen.
sniffing spleen.
Malaria sniffing spleen. I like to imagine it just comes out and has a nose on it.
I just think it's a little scar with like an upward turned nose sewn into.
It's like a bloodhound dog nose. It's just like
Yeah, anyway, I would like to...
That's not how noses work.
No.
It's also not how spleens work.
None of this makes
How
any
any of this
sense.
I would like to roll superior as I unleash my powers of intellect to track him down. The intellect being Frankenstein science.
Roll to unleash your detective powers.
unleash your undead detective.
Undead
power.
detective powers. To
rolled a 4.
Mr. Potato Head meets Frank. You said before the break I shouldn't be.
Someone
the one
else
make
has to
rolls
roll.
anymore.
So what are you doing for your level up?
Oh yeah, I leveled up again. We're still at this fast growth. Anyway, I find something.
we find a wizard card and it takes us on a red herring.
We find someone's hand.
I think
We find my brother's leg.
the one that was missing. It's been missing for 3 years through a black hole.
No, it's the robot
No,
one.
Oh,
It's
it's
the
robot
robot
leg.
one.
It's not even
Say
the
a
other one,
bone.
it's the other one.
It's
Yes,
the other evil
leg.
Well, the robot leg actually wouldn't be irradiated. So I think
Irradiated.
that's how you track him, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
The weird radioactive chemical. So I think in this case, it is you still find him. I guess here's the way to put it. You find him despite what you're doing, because I think you can see that it looks like, as you're following it looks like Malaria knows that he is somehow trackable based on his trail, maybe based on because you found Hot Wheel before. So you can, as you're following the trail, you're realizing like, oh, it's dipping back and forth, and like it's not
Trail is
losing
spelling
you.
out letters.
Yeah, exactly. It's not losing you per se, but it is. You get this strong feeling that he's moving faster than you're following right now. So after a while, as you're probably about to give up, everyone except Morg hears Morg's jetpack buzz as Justice Beam says, "I found him." he's here. And we cut
Oh,
to a group of carapaced, plated humanoid creatures all climbing Justice Tower.
how many of them? Is it like more than the ones we know about?
I think
I'm guessing there's 4 Hot
at
Wheels.
least 4.
One with a shiny leg.
One with
the
the shiny
shiny-
leg, that is just normal. It just doesn't grow.
It wouldn't grow. So I think in this case, you I think you can probably see that they have been turned. You can also see that, how to put this? As you arrive on the scene in the distance, one of them is not so much. I think the one that's probably Hot Wheel or something is climbing the tower. There's a helicopter that seems to be circling the tower, and the others seem to be throwing pieces of buildings at the tower. Justice Beam is firing lasers at all of these threats, and they seem to be dodging them with an unusual foresight.
Oh no. Okay. Would you say Justice Beam's tower is part of the scene?
It is, yes.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna go Super Saiyan. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. I think, I don't think we see... Malaria could monologue to himself or something like that. I'm going to hold off on that until he has someone to monologue to.
All right,
But,
here we go.
Yeah. The assault on Justice Tower has begun.
Just on a 10 plus. There's nothing on a 12, right?
Nope.
I don't think
Nope.
so specifically, no. Justice Beam is talking to you if you specifically ask them for information, but for the most part, all of his concentration is trying to hold back these assaulters. And they seem to be at a... even with the future vision, there's a difference between I can dodge anything and I can see how close I can approach before I can't dodge anymore kind of things. So it's not quite a stalemate. Malaria is still winning
And
slowly advancing.
All right. You guys, the way you counteract her power is do everything by the seat of your pants. Do not commit until it's the last second. All right, let's go.
Don't
move.
make plans.
That's
Don't make a plan.
criminal procedure.
Oh, I was gonna move us all to the top of the tower so we could shoot down.
Okay,
We
Morg,
all
you
don't make
look over the
plans.
sea.
Scatter.
I look over the scene, and I know a different way to counter Mother Time.
Do you now? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Blindfolds.
Oh my god, this is
She
like
can't see the
fucking
future.
Bill
She
and
can't
Ted.
see.
This is exactly like the new Bill and Ted movie.
So we're blindfolding the giant mosquitoes.
Oh, because you're...
No, we're blindfolding ourselves.
No, we're blindfolding the giant
No,
mosquito.
once
Oh,
you
okay,
have to get
okay.
a blind... Okay, so name your full move again, because I don't have... let me pull it up.
It's Ben reading the files.
Yep. Playbooks.
Been reading the files.
So you say something you know about these powers. Here we go. When you first encounter an important superpowered phenomenon, your call. So in this case, it's the first real encounter with Mother Time's powers. Roll plus superior, which you did. I'll switch over roll 20 to that. On an 8. On a hit, tell the team one important detail you've learned. The GM will tell you what, if anything, seems different from what you remember. And that's it. There's extra good things for a 10 plus and extra bad things for a 6 minus. So in this case, I mean, she is a mosquito person right now. That might be mostly what's different.
That's the
Here's the
major
thing
difference.
about a mosquito person. I don't think they just have two eyes, do they?
That's true. They
Actually, no.
got more eyes.
Mosquitoes have like fractal eyes.
Yep.
We talked about this
You'd have to-
actually in the first session.
You would have to cover the entire eye assembly.
Yes.
Which is rather large.
Yes. So it's going to be extra difficult. But hypothetically, the theory still stands.
Yeah. You can't see into the future.
Yep. That is probably
The logic
something
I am
she-
forcing upon the
Yeah.
game.
That's probably one of those things that like she never told anyone, but like Justice Beam had it noted down as like a hypothetical weakness. Like
He has a murder file
notice-
on like everyone
Oh,
in town.
Yeah, imagine Batman, but also
Without the no-kill rule.
Yeah. So like I suspect there's like, oh, they've been avoiding sunglasses, and like they never block their eyes in any way, even slightly. Kind of thing. They don't they don't wear a helmet on the motorcycle. We established that because they don't need to, but also it impedes their vision. So
It's impeding the future.
it impedes their vision of the future. Cool.
So
Yeah.
what actually happens then as we
with
are
the roll,
entering combat here?
I know I'm right.
Yeah. Do you tell that to everyone else? Like, if
Yeah, I say cover her eyes.
Perfect.
Are we entering combat as a team?
It sounds like it. I'm going to ask you guys. You
Yeah.
have the opportunity to.
I'd
I
say
think,
so.
yeah, I think we are.
Are we addressing the issue of none of us having any affinity toward flying or climbing on the side of a building?
I got a
That's why I'm
jetpack.
wormholing us.
Okay, cool. So, when we come together to fight as a team, this is going to go very well.
I got a new team fight power.
So, add 2
I
teams
feel
to
like
the
this is
pool.
a.
That brings it to
Uh-huh.
5.
Got
Does the
it.
leader have influence over every teammate?
Who's the leader?
I believe
I vote
Glitch was made the
Glitch.
leader.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we are
That's what we're
bullying
trying to
Glitch
do.
this time.
Wait. No, I don't have influence over everybody. So
Does everyone have the same purpose in the fight? Probably, I think, roughly.
it seems like it. Yes.
No. What is people's purpose? Do we want to take them? My purpose is to take them back alive, which I guess is a thing, but not necessarily take down the bugs.
Yeah, just take them alive like we did the first time with the girl. Except now
Yeah,
it's
it's
superpower.
This is a rescue mission.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I'm on an assault mission. I'm looking for the skeeter.
I thought so.
The
So we
little
don't
guy.
have the same purpose.
Oh, you're looking for the main mosquito.
Perfect.
Yeah. Because if you cut the head off the snake, they'll abruptly turn
Ooh, that's
unmosquitoed.
actually true. Do we know that for sure?
Oh,
Actually,
we don't know that.
You don't know for
I did my
sure.
one roll, and I think I rolled to say that malaria is susceptible to getting stabbed in the heart or something.
That is a
So
weakness malaria has, is getting stabbed in the
he's
heart.
getting.
that's what I did my one
Yes.
file roll on malaria about. It's only the first time.
Mhm. Okay.
So no, yeah, you just gotta stab your family
so
in the
no.
heart.
They'll be fine.
So no, we don't have the same purpose in the fight.
Okay. Does any team member mistrust the leader or the team?
I'm good.
Yes.
I think I'm fine.
Yes.
Oh,
Remove a team. So
Oops,
5
sorry,
down
kitty.
to 4. Is the team ill prepared or off balance?
Yes.
Yes.
Down to 3.
There.
Cool. So as a heads up, Glitch, the leader of the team can mark a condition to avoid removing a team from the pool. So if you want to, you can basically take up to 2 conditions to get +2 team right now, if you want to.
Nope.
Okay. Cool. So you all jump into action. Void, you said you're teleporting everyone to the top of the tower on top of it.
Yes, I'm wormholing, so I spend one of my hold to do that.
Okay. You're spending a burn. Everyone comes with. Everyone gets warped.
Yes.
Is this a willing creatures thing? Because yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it just says I move to any place, or spend one burn to move to any place, but we've established fictionally I'm opening a wormhole. so we could
I think
bring
anyone
people
who's
along.
like holding you basically can get pulled along is what we can say. I don't think it's a huge deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, there's a black hole where you are. Well, it's a wormhole, so everything like gets blurry for a second. You get all shrink and then reappear on top of the tower. The
I want to
noise
say
of the
it
helicopter circling above is
Oh.
yeah.
I
I want to
immediately
say it.
want to shoot fire at them, but sorry, you were going first.
No, it's just because it's a white hole. I want to say it takes Glitch an extra second to put himself back together because it does different things to light than it does to matter.
Mm,
True.
True.
Nice.
so you're like extra blurry for a bit. Okay, Solo, you said you're shooting fire.
I did. The first thing that we had here was don't think, and I'm not in the thinking mood anyways. So I basically want to point my hands, get oriented for like a millisecond, point my hands towards the mosquito and shoot as much fire as I can at as many of them as I can.
Okay, perfect. Let me quickly check something.
Cast wall of flame.
Roll to directly engage a threat.
Sure. Mm. I'm trying to decide. I have like way too many powers that will let me interact with this. Does this count as a flamboyant display of my powers?
I don't think
If I was trying
so.
to go as big and showy as I could there?
Well, your point is your intent to show off, or is your intent to hit them as hard as you can? Because I think the move that you're referencing might be about showing off with your powers more than fighting with them.
Fair enough. Then how about the other move, which is directly engage the threat with an audience watching?
Yes,
We've
your
got
audience
The whole
is
town.
always listening.
But also
Always
the whole town is
watching.
watching. Now there's giant bugs,
Yeah.
a helicopter, and a flamethrower on
Yes.
Justice Tower.
Yep.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
mean,
there we
not
go.
counting the laser beams that are being
Yep.
shot.
Then roll superior, and I'm just going to check. Danger is not. Okay, that looks like it's the right roll.
Okay. So on a 7 to 9, you choose one of the 4 options.
Mhm.
Try. Okay, you directly.
Well, we're trading blows anyway, so I am getting a condition on them.
Unless you resist or avoid them, yeah.
I'm not feeling like resisting or avoiding them. And no, even if I do resist and avoid them, I still get a condition on them.
You take. I meant taking a condition from yourself.
Ah, yeah.
Trading blows means you both take conditions unless you resist
Yep. I'm gonna go with surprise the opposition.
it.
I don't think they expect. Oh,
I choose if it's impress, surprise, or frighten. You choose the bullet point.
I choose that bullet point then. We're good with that.
Okay. So yeah, they weren't seeing you coming. All of a sudden, they. I think the I think you see one of the bodies that is probably Hot Wheel, but it's not clear, is operating a heavy machinery sort of like construction mech suit thing that's not really meant for fighting. It's like the suit from Alien, where it there's a bit of like, does that count as a vehicle kind of thing? But it seats a person inside it. It was what was climbing up the tower as flames get shot down at it. Seeing the future, it leaps away, but you still impress and surprise them, and deal a condition. Impress, surprise, or frighten. I think you hear they stop for a second, and yell up at you. Now, instead of using a singular, they say, "We are impressed that you have been very tenacious, tracking us following us, hunting us. Tell us, girl, do you fear us?
So, are you asking me to mark afraid? No.
No, they're not asking you to
I
mark afraid, but they're asking you if you do fear them.
Why should I? You're just a bug.
Excellent.
Or fire?
No.
Yes,
The
I get more fire
helicopter
narrative.
turns directly to the tower and starts clearly intending to crash into it.
I defend.
I mark afraid.
I would like to assess the situation.
Yeah, mark afraid is good. More, you can assess the situation while Void tries to defend you and the tower at large.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. I want to stop the danger, so I want to. Can I? I'm going to be using shielding for my shielding flare, so I'm going to be rolling plus freak instead of plus savior. So
All right.
can that be like? Can I like basically wormhole the helicopter to like the top of the tower with us, so it's like landed, and maybe that like messes with the rotor?
You can also try and wormhole it into like an empty street or something. Down below you can see it's just sort of starting, but people seem like, firstly, in general, there's not that many people living right next to Justice Tower. So there's a bit of empty space around below it. You could teleport it to have it crash into the bottom there or something like that.
But it isn't. Oh, is it empty? The helicopter?
The helicopter doesn't need to be piloted to be
Oh,
controlled.
so
Yeah, it's
all right.
empty.
I thought the helicopters were not on our side for now.
No,
Oh
I thought
no.
I thought the
No.
helicopter had the other bug people in it.
The
But it's
helicopter
just
doesn't need to have anyone in it.
okay. Then
My intention was still to be shooting fire just narratively at the other bug people, essentially.
can
to start the
I
war until then.
and
Yeah.
can I, instead of defending, can I unleash my powers to wormhole the helicopter into the hot rod bug man,
Want to try and sort of turn.
like
Okay,
redirect it?
he's partway up the tower, so this is risky, but you totally can.
Yes, I would like to do that.
Okay, perfect.
Good thing I'm hopeless. All right, here we go. I do it.
Does
Wait, that wasn't counting my minus.
that was still a 7 to 9 if it wasn't
Yeah.
counting it.
Yeah, because I should have a
Zero.
-2 to
What
unleash
should
my
it be?
powers. Oh wait, no, that is true. It is, my freak is 2.
Okay,
So
so it does 9.
it's correct. Yeah.
Does anyone want to increase that to a 10 for one team? And if so, how?
Yes. I would like to increase it with a team, again, by what I was saying I was doing narratively anyways, of just distracting the other bugs with fire.
Okay, perfect. So I think there's a moment where, again, it's they don't have much, even though they can see the future. You are kind of acting by the seat of your pants. They don't have that much reaction time. The helicopter probably goes in until it's about to cover a whole panel, and then it just gets warped down below as a plume of fire is being is sort of surrounding this hot wheel, hot skeeter. I don't know, we need a name for
Where
hot wheel
are the
mosquito.
other mosquitoes that are not
Some of
armored?
them are most of them are on the ground and are or on nearby rooftops of much smaller buildings, and appear to be literally throwing rubble using, because even the normal people without superpowers have super strength, like you saw
They now
what
have bug
Jessica
strength.
became.
I get it. I thought that they were actually flying up the tower.
No, they appear to be, well, you'll see. But yeah, the helicopter, I think, is with a 10 plus angle just right to knock the helicopter into the mech suit, taking them both down as they both fall to the ground. They look relatively undamaged. I think you see as they're falling, the malaria in there escapes the mech suit and takes the skies himself to like sort of get out of the crashing debris as it crashes to the ground. Since they all can fly on wings, but they haven't been really approaching that way yet. But I think at this point they do. All four of them start sort of rising into the air on buzzing bug wings, and the one you redirected the danger to is probably the slowest. But as Justice Beam continues to fire laser beams and they continue to dodge them, they are still starting to slowly approach. Yelling out in chorus, they say, "You will learn to fear us. This whole city will learn to fear malaria."
Have a thing.
Yes.
So since Justice Beam's firing these lasers, Glitch is gonna jump up onto one of the laser cannons and jam one of his fists into the barrel, and then point his other hand down at the bugs. And I'm going to filter the laser through my body and create a dazzling explosion to blind them.
I like it. Okay.
Mm.
You're using your move to, is this revealing a new power that you have for a scene?
I
Or
mean,
is
it
this-
can be a mind of their own, or it can just be a function of his body. The fact that he can control light,
Yeah.
you know.
And lasers are light. Okay. Let's see it happen. Are you directly
Is that a-
engaging them then? It seems you're trying to blind them, but
Yeah.
I think
That was my question. Is this directly engaging or unleashing my powers? It could be either.
I think
could
you're
take
still
their
directly
sight from
engaging
them.
them because you're not really reshaping your environment, overcoming an obstacle in a typical sense, or extending your senses. So I think this is still directly engaging. You're
Okay.
just kind of supercharged with the lasers.
Well, that's a 9.
Okay.
Is there a +1 from acting on previous information?
If it's an assess, yes, but I don't know if that's true from your reading the files.
file.
Let me look.
It's not in the reading the files.
Nope, you're
Okay.
right. So if someone wants to spend a team, you currently have 2, I believe. If someone wants to spend one of them, they can help. Or Glitch, you want to act selfishly.
You know, I'm gonna act selfishly.
Okay. Do you catch someone in the do you just sort of get everyone for a second?
Yeah, that was the intent, was to just like, I'm gonna yell down, "Cover your eyes" to my team, and just unleash a nuclear explosion's amount of light in the area.
Yeah.
And you didn't give us enough warning.
Okay, I like it. So yeah, increase your danger, decrease another stat, and
Danger up, savior down.
makes sense. Pick 2 from the list of 4.
Oh yeah, that's a thing. Let's see. Well, it would make the most sense to resist their blows. I'm doing this at range. And I am creating an opportunity for my allies.
Okay. I think in this case, because of the sight thing, and the acting selfishly thing, if you create an opportunity for allies, Morg, who doesn't care that his retinas have been burned,
Nope.
is the one who
I burned it myself for
primarily
fun.
gets the opportunity instead of everyone equally. But yeah.
I want to find the little guy.
Okay. So you're still gonna deal a condition to them as part of this. So yeah, they're covering their eyes, which again is gonna stop the future vision for a second because they can't see. What do you do, Morg?
I want to find the little guy.
Okay.
Because I don't think I can just roll to kill it before I find it. If I
You're
can
just-
just roll to murder,
You're gonna assess the situation.
I don't know what else I could do to find him.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or, hear me out, you could use your detective deduction powers to be like, if I was an all-knowing mosquito that had control over other mosquitoes,
Yeah,
where would I hide?
either way, I'm rolling superior.
Oh, okay,
So,
that's fine.
Yep.
roll superior is the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Do I get a +1 for an opportunity?
No, what you do is you just have a moment to look around, like, free from all danger. For, like, the entire fight pauses for a moment. Narratively, you're in the clear to like, look for the mosquito.
I rolled a 6, so...
I think this is the instance where you don't get shit on for that because you had an opportunity. You wasted it.
But you
I
can
I mean,
either act selfishly or get help.
here.
You could,
Yeah.
if you want to. We've one team left. If you want to up
Do
that, this
it!
might be the time.
Yeah. Yes, I would like to act selfishly.
Okay.
I act selfishly.
So you
You just
raise
leave
your...
the fight. Like, do you?
Yeah,
my idea is.
I begin to
Oh,
float
the
off the
mosquito's
top of the building.
not nearby. Like, it's not in the fight, so to speak.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna leave and go deal with that. You guys
Yeah.
handle this.
It's like I say, hold down the fort, but don't leave if it gets too sketchy. Let the tower fall.
Hold down the fort until there's no fort. Then go.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay.
Hold down the fort, but not too hard.
Yeah,
So-
don't try too hard. Just don't die.
Upping superior, downing savior.
Doubting mundane because I had too much of it.
Fair.
And I up danger?
Yep. And then you get to ask about one question.
Wait,
from
don't you
assess.
mean it'd have to be
Up
superior,
superior?
right?
I said, yeah.
Oh,
For you
yes.
to get the bonus for your superior roll.
Nice.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, I get to ask one question. Which one's the one to find a bug?
Where's the
How
find
could
the
we best
bug
end this
question?
quickly? You already know. I would say, who here is most vulnerable to you? Bug spray and all.
Yeah,
What gear
who
can I
here
use
is
for
most
that?
vulnerable to me in my can of raid?
So I think your spleen can smell.
I feel a twitch.
Yeah,
Oh, you feel your spleen twitch?
and sniff. I don't think we're going full Mr. Potato Head. So I think you can smell from your spleen enhancing your normal nose. The fact that the mosquito is not just nearby. I think you can tell like what rooftop it's on. It's not on top of the tower, but it does appear to be on a nearby tower. In fact, sorry, not on a nearby tower. On a nearby rooftop. With a 7, it's not alone. I think there's someone who is watching the fight. Not like a group of people. I think you see the same homeless guy that you met on the bench before is camping out on that rooftop trying to sleep.
No.
Is he part of it or no? Is he just there?
You don't know, but I think the mosquito itself is there.
I don't know the guy.
No.
You don't know.
And I'm a little bit upset that he took away my friend's mom and turned her into a giant bug thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And no one can see me.
For a second, yeah. There's an
Yeah, well, it's not
effectively
that
the
my
solar
point
flare.
isn't that no one can see me. It's that no one can see me use the Justice Beam tool I was given to kill all bugs.
Oh, so you're just throwing the like several blocks covering grenade in that area.
Yeah.
Okay, Perfect.
Agent Orange in downtown.
Excellent. So there's I didn't think it mattered. But there are police that are arriving and starting to like clear the area. There's a
That'll
superhero
be
fight
fun.
going on.
That'll be fun for them.
Yep.
On this
They're not
rain from the
bugs.
They're
sky.
not bugs. They'll be fine.
In 12 years, there's going to be a class action lawsuit commercial. Were you harmed by Justice Beam's bug bomb?
Yep.
Have you
You are
exhibited these
entitled to
symptoms?
Unfortunately, Morg, as someone who is dead, you are not. No one is. You're not legally like targetable or you know.
You can't sue me.
Because
I'm
you're
dead.
legally
Because you're dead. Okay, so you. I think you're directly engaging a threat.
Yes. I'm not good at that.
Nope. Let's see how it goes.
This is where I should have saved the team. I have -1 danger.
Does anyone have a
Let's-
moment of truth? Actually, this opportunity was for Morg. Morg, do you have your moment of truth unlocked?
Nope, no, I don't. I got a gang fight power instead.
Okay.
Wait, I did level up recently.
Did
you,
did level up
like, within the past-
mid-session? Did you choose?
No,
Hey,
I didn't choose the mid-session one. I
One.
do have 3 potential I got since
Then-
last session because I
then you-
failed. Actually, I failed again
Just
since
now.
then too.
Oh no, you bumped the 6 to a 7, so it doesn't give you potential.
But if you got 3 since last time, you would have hit a level up.
He's got
our-
4.
Unlock your moment of truth. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. What is your moment of truth as the protege?
Living up, I think it's
Throw
You
a
should.
bug bomb.
You show who you
honestly.
really are, your mentor or something different. You can do whatever your mentor could do and more. You can do the incredible, even the things they always fail to accomplish. Of course, they're not going to see you the same way no matter which path you choose.
yeah, that fits if you want to do it.
Yeah. I'd like to be a true undead hero and
So,
bug
I
bomb
think-
the city.
What does Morg's theme song sound like that starts playing right now? Like, what type of genre is it? Is it like
It's played on a
acapella?
harpsichord.
Is it harpsichord? Yeah. Is this creepy, campy? What's the range?
Harpsichord. What's that spinny guy?
Hurdy-gurdy.
It's a hurdy-gurdy.
Hold on. Hurdy-gurdy.
With someone shouting over it, not singing. Someone shouting over a hurdy-gurdy.
Excellent.
It's hurdy-gurdy screamo.
It's no, that's too musical. It's someone shouting over a hurdy-gurdy. It sounds like a horrifying mess. As I am also yelling, holding an active bug bomb, dive bombing the tower.
It starts trailing smoke like a smoke flare or something, and this is before it really goes off.
Yeah.
And then you throw it.
Nope. I
dive bomb
carry
with it.
it.
Oh, perfect.
I carry it.
And then in No One of Truth, the narrative briefly is totally in your control. So, what does it look like as it goes off and you?
It looks like a bug's nightmare. Where there's just a cloud of smoke that lands on the top of the tower. It does the like poof out thing.
Yeah.
And,
it somehow explodes into a
everything-
smoky mushroom cloud for some reason.
yeah, pretty much. And then Borg reaches out and grabs the falling mosquito.
Just like
just grabs it in his fist and crushes it and wipes it on his pants.
perfect. Okay. All of the possessed versions of malaria immediately scream in agony, fall to the ground, and very painfully, it looks like, start transforming back to their original bodies.
Now, they were at the top of the tower, right? So they
They
landed
were
on
flying
top of the
up to
tower.
meet you.
They were flying up to meet you.
Mm.
I don't think all. Well, the thing is, they didn't start really transforming until they landed on the ground. Anyways,
So they
They-
were midair.
they can take landing on the ground given the super muscular carapace bodies they have for the next few seconds.
Got it. Okay. They might be bruised, but they'll be fine.
You saved your family. They're a greasy spot on the ground.
Yep.
in the comic panel, it's Morg's hand with the splatter of the mosquito, and then it cuts to his family's credits.
Excellent.
We needed a more dramatic hero origin story, apparently.
Yep. So do we want to end the scene here, or is there something you guys want to continue on as part of this scene? Like, do you want to go down and check on them or stuff like that, or do we want to just sort of cut to recovery?
I mean, I still have 2 flares.
Sounds like there's
kill
still a
another
threat
Do you
then.
turn to go like, now the justice beam is weakened, let's finish him off?
Now let's get him. I'll wormhole down there to make sure they're not like broken or
Yeah,
anything.
they're all unconscious, like Jessica was originally.
Oh, I will spend my last 2 flares, bird, to teleport us home.
Okay, perfect.
So you're teleporting your family and you home because you didn't take us down to the ground
Yep.
and dishing us at the top of the tower. Okay,
Correct.
thanks.
Absolutely.
So the rest of you guys, so Glitch and Morg, who doesn't cough because doesn't need to,
Yeah.
and Solar, you all look as this cloud starts like spreading throughout this part of the city. People start coughing and retreating. So no one else is coming to pick up Hot Wheel as he's lying there. But Morg, your jetpack, you can hear that your jetpack is saying something that very muffled through your lack of ears says
Put my
Good.
ears back on.
okay. Well done. I didn't think you'd actually do it.
Yeah, apparently we're the same person. We gotta murder our way out of every crime. I was designing Bug Jail. Do you know how cool Bug Jail would have been?
It's time we met in person.
I don't want to.
There's another pause. And Justice Beam says, if there was another way, I would have picked it already, long ago. But anything less than absolute justice lets crime fester. Malaria, as you have seen, is an unfortunate prime example. They were imprisoned for decades. And then when released, they just came back to wreak more havoc.
We try rehabilitating the mosquito. No, we just locked it in amber at a museum.
You did well.
Sure.
Thank you. So, and then there's like a beep from him doing the equivalent of hanging up.
Yeah, the stupid moment of truth is that I am my mentor. That's
Yep, and you hate it.
Oh.
and I don't like it.
So as Solar and I are looking over the ledge and we see like the toxic fog of this bug bomb come and almost take over the Void's family, and then they just blink out of existence.
You're still on the top of the
I'm
tower.
going to look back at her and say, this is what I was talking about, and begin walking down who knows how many fucking
Stairs.
flights of stairs.
You think there's stairs?
I don't think there's stairs on top of you.
No, we're on the top, like
you're
on the
on the
out of
roof.
side of the
How do
dish.
you get down?
Oh, Morg.
You wait for Hot Rod to wake up, and then he'll come
Morg-
get
Or
you.
Morg can carry you down on his
Morg
jetpack.
will take you down.
That's fair. Yeah.
But in response to Glitch, like, hey, look, you were in charge. If something went not the way you wanted, what are you going to do better about it next time?
Are you so? Yeah, we can continue the conversation. I wasn't sure.
And it seems like I'll think about that. He was about to say it seems like he could have done it himself, but he thought better of it. And
you didn't step up to the aggravating tone that I was expecting, and I kind of Solar's not going to verbally kind of just backpedal a little bit and be like, I'm sorry, I guess that didn't come out the way I meant it to. It's just this is a bit more stressful than I was expecting, and
Right? That was my point. This is all very messy.
maybe we don't have a leader?
And-
Maybe we just try and deal with the mess as it comes?
Maybe
have a
we need
leader,
to
we have a
work like a
janitor.
team.
How?
Well, the first step is to make sure Void doesn't just leave at the end of every fight.
I would like to come into the scene now, mumbling about after action reports, or probably the answer.
You know, these are things I can get behind.
We all have to sit around a whiteboard and talk about what happened, what we did, what we didn't do, and what we could do better. Each and every fight, even if it means shakes come afterwards.
Can we use your morgue for that?
Morgue shakes.
Gross. That's yeah.
No,
We
not
can hang out with the
Hey.
corpses.
We just need a whiteboard, and I don't know anyone else's house that can fit that, so...
Yeah, sure. You can come to the morgue. It's damp.
And are we gonna do anything about looks down at orange mushroom cloud that?
What about it?
It should dissipate
I-
in a week or two.
Yeah,
I assume
Can't be good for people.
Justice Beam can take care of that.
I
This is
really
his
hope
area.
so. I really hope he can.
It's his responsibility.
Yeah.
It's
Will
his
Bug's
he?
dead.
liability.
He is the warden of this district.
Yeah. But the bug is dead.
Will he take care of it? And I look over to morgue.
I don't know. Have you ever met him?
No, but I assume you would know more about him than anyone else here.
Do you see the cleanup droids?
I look down. Do
No.
I?
No, you do not see the cleanup droids. I think we have our answer.
Then we probably have a bit more to do before heading home.
I don't know.
I'm gonna
you-
look down at the
can you make a
fog and
flame
assess the
tornado?
situation.
Sure. Yeah. Roll plus superior.
That's a 9.
Ask one.
Well, looking down into the fog, I'm just going to ask what is the biggest threat. Basically, I'm looking down and just seeing if there's anything negative happening to the people that are enshrouded.
The experimental fog starts mutating people.
Any Cronenberg monsters?
If they are, they're latent. You don't see anything. It seems that, at least for now, I think most things are good. In terms of what here is the biggest threat,
The fog?
Yeah, basically, I was using that to determine if the fog was a threat, because if it's not the
Mhm.
threat, then meh.
I think looking down, you can see people in the nearby buildings are evacuating their homes as the fog is, as you can see, it's probably going to be it's persistent enough. The place was being cordoned off, but from a smaller area away from the fog. It's not so much causing direct damage, but it's displacing people from their homes until it's gone and things like that. To you, and to answer your question, even if they're not acting right now, the biggest threat might be Justice Beam, who specifically ordered this to be used.
I think that's when the realization dawns on Glitch that a superhero just ordered the execution of a supervillain. Like,
Yep.
that's
And
not in the
many
stories.
civilians were
Nope. This
harmed.
is bad.
Yeah, were at least caught in some kind of crossfire. This would never come close to happening in what you know of history.
Which will remember this.
The Justice Beam sucks. I think I've been saying this for a while.
Yeah, but you've been saying it with the attitude of like a 13-year-old that got their Switch taken away. Like,
Yeah, I have been, but it was about the murders. I just really downplayed them.
Yep. I thought we knew about those. It's just he also took my Switch away.
He also took my zombie Switch.
Yep. Okay. So, I think you start to notice Hot Wheels stirs after several more minutes. He wakes up, sort of, again, he's a superhero, so he sort of like immediately sort of gains consciousness when he realizes he might be in it, like something might be going on. He like gets up quickly.
He's not in his car.
He's not in his car, and he's wearing
That's a
like
very-
his stretched out leather jacket.
He's
Not
like,
being in
oh,
his car is a
man."
very terrifying experience for him.
It actually probably is. He looks around, with his, again, he has like sort of long, greasy black hair, like, and he leather jacket, and he says like, "Where's my car?"
It's in the Justice lot.
Yeah, it was
It's in
recovered,
Justice
so it could be. Aegis probably like has it in storage.
Its
Oh, all of
wheels
his
are not
parking
pump-
tickets.
Yep. All
They
of his-
finally got him. Those cops we saved are like, yeah, we got him this time.
Yep. Do you want to have a conversation with him, or do we want to switch to Void getting his family back home?
I think Void.
So, the house is still a mess when you get home, Void, of course. No one's been home in the few hours that you've been gone.
Mhm.
And unlike last time, things haven't changed significantly.
Yep. His family is just like he's laid them on couches or beds or wherever he could lay them,
Yeah.
and he's just very nervously like pacing, like they're gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine. It's all fine. Yep, they're totally gonna be fine. Yep, everything's all fine. Yep. He's just doing that back and
Yeah.
forth, like trying to clean up. He's going, yep,
The first
everything's
one
good.
who
We're good.
stirs is your brother. He says, "What
Oh, okay.
happened?
Um,
Is this what a hangover feels like?"
I don't know, but you were malaria'd, and you're okay.
He looks at you like he's still out of it. A few seconds go by as things tick, and he says, "Wait, like I was mosquitoed?"
Yeah, but you turned into a big mosquito.
Did we fight?
I'm just gonna hug him.
Yeah, he's like, your experience with Jessica. We skipped this part in session 1, but like she was kind of not quite in her right mind for most of the day, but more extremely for the first hour or so, even after regaining consciousness.
Mhm.
Your mom wakes up, and then your dad does. They're all okay.
I think Void has gotten like tea, like
Okay.
some hot drink to like help them.
Yeah. That said, they're feeling it worse than your brother. I think your mom is very quiet during a lot of this. She's sort of taking in and she's asking questions over what happened. Um, but she's quieter than you've seen her most of the time.
Oh, you know what? Let me see. Hurt someone or break something important, make a sacrifice to absolve your guilt, fling yourself into easy relief, take
Start,
full body action.
yeah.
I think the thing I want to break that is important in this scene is almost like his mom's grasp on it's like something to, like she should have seen this coming.
Your mom's authority, kind of.
Or
Not necessarily
confidence.
Yeah.
like her
Break off
confidence.
feelings, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I think I I think he's just gonna go. He's not like yelling at her or anything, but he's just going like, "How you should have seen this coming? Like how did this happen? I mean, I was gone for maybe like an hour. Me and Morg were looking for the bug, and then I came back and it was I just gestured to the dirtiness of the house.
Yeah. She's
Like
she
how?
she looks down, doesn't immediately answer if you want to continue, but if you like wait for her to talk, she will.
I mean, ooh, I think he's gonna say, "You're supposed to protect us."
Mm.
Why? Why did I have to do it? Like, I'm just a kid.
She looks at you then with that and like tries to hug you. Oh yeah. She tries to hug you and you push her and if you push her away and demand answers,
I
that's the way to do it.
I don't think he pushes her away. I think he just breaks down.
Ooh, even better. Okay. Yeah. After a moment of probably crying from the whole family, she says, I she says like her body language, everything is clearly like this is something that she's probably been afraid of for some time, but is just admitting now. What she says is, you know how as everyone ages, their eyesight gets worse?
No, she's going blind.
I think that's what's happening to my powers.
Oh no. That's so bad.
This feels like my fault.
And like you look at your dad and he's like comforting her in a way where he suspected, but it was one of those things where he knew he couldn't make her admit it until she was ready to see it for herself.
Oh no, I'm gonna have to step up to the mantle.
Do you? Yeah. Right now, she's just like It's. I don't
I
know.
mean, we, I mean, our whole life is built off of your power. Like, not just you superheroing. I mean, like literally. And I pointed at the house. Like this whole thing is based on you being able to do that.
I can still do it, but
Do they have
slowly.
time viewing glasses? Like time glasses?
I don't know. I don't know anyone else who can do what I do, but I think this actually. I think your dad, like, his body language changes and he leans in a bit more and he starts speaking instead and he says, "I think it's time we take some weight off of your mother's shoulders. All of us."
Like, like how? Like,
Like you said, this whole household is her and her sight has been its foundation. I think we need to build something new. Your brother starts saying, I can look into this. I mean, they're hypothetical, but there are heroes and villains that have used machines that have interacted with time. I might be able to build something that can fix this.
Like a learning algorithm, like
Maybe I can build some time goggles that can work like glasses. I don't know.
yeah, time goggles, like just like
Horrifying invention.
grasping at straw.
Yeah.
These glasses see into what you're seeing, but in 1972 exclusively.
Everything. Yeah.
Everything is sepia tone.
Yep. Your mother shakes her head, and your father says, "We." As you already knew, but as you saw again today, the type of life that we all live is one involved in superheroics, whether we're a hero or not. And it's a dangerous one. If your mother lost her powers or her life at any point, I think we need to be as best we can able to exist without her. Right now, we need her too much. Your mother, again, she's right here, so she sort of looks at her. Honey, your powers have been who you are for decades. I think it might be time to start deciding who else you are as well. And she's quiet and thinking and sort of not looking at anyone, and then nods very slowly, but carefully. And I think that both of you, looking at you, Void, and your brother, says, your father says, are gonna need to be prepared for things to change.
Like, change it in what way?
He looks at your mom, waiting for her to answer, and she says it. If I couldn't see this coming, I'm gonna take a break from heroing for a while. It'll just be temporary. But from her tone, you have no idea. You can tell from her tone, she doesn't know whether or not it's actually going to be temporary.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, and just rest.
Okay. I assume this is the time I get a text that's like debrief at the morgue.
Yep.
Yes.
For the first time ever, we're doing the actual team thing.
um, there's more tea. I gotta go. I kind of left them on the
Okay.
tower. I wanted to make sure you guys weren't gonna get mustard gassed.
Did you explain that part to them before? Like
Nope.
before the Okay. So there's some like
There,
like
there,
expressions.
there's some gas that Morg did. I think it was from Justice Beam. I don't know. I'll go get answers right now. Bye. Just leave.
They all look at each other as you go. Yeah. Okay. So you port back to the others.
Clear your condition, I guess.
Yeah, you can
Clear.
clear angry, I think it was.
Yeah.
At least.
You know,
Yep.
unless that was easy relief or a sacrifice to resolve my guilt.
Not yet.
I think
That
it was
doesn't feel-
shattering your mother's confidence.
Confidence in
Yeah.
Superhero Week.
You removed a hero from the scene. Congratulations.
You're more effective than malaria.
Ooh. There's nothing more powerful than a mother's guilt.
So, what does the morgue look like now that it has it in any way been prepared to host people?
No.
Okay.
I rolled a whiteboard out where I'm expecting them to sit on cadaver tables.
Perfect.
Um,
So it's cold.
very.
There's white coats
damp.
for everyone, I'm guessing.
Yep. Traditional.
Yep. And don't try the food. It's gone bad.
No.
Morgue just hasn't
Yep.
cared.
Yep. There's a fridge.
It's
It'll
it's
stay
one
on.
of, it's one of the lockers for the
Yeah.
bodies.
It just
That
has
still has the
snacks in it.
refrigeration unit running.
You just pull it out.
You just pull the drawer out.
Sometimes there's food, sometimes there's other things.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
There's like piles of boxes in the corners, some of empty embalming equipment, some of full embalming equipment.
Mm.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I would
And-
assume I'm the last to show up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
There's a plate of cookies sitting on the bench where the bodies go, and there's a whiteboard in front of it. And yeah, Morg has his white coat and also a stethoscope for some reason because he thinks it makes him Captain
Look,
Doctor.
Yep.
But frankly, a useless tool in this environment in any setting. So
It's actually easier to hear others' heartbeats now. You don't have to hear anything from yourself.
Yeah.
From your own pulse.
So yeah,
I
Yeah,
think
an
I'm going
extra
to
what
Kinda look
happened?
look at Void and say the rest of us have decided that it's a good idea to debrief as a team before splitting up and leaving the scene of the battle.
Dang, if only I was angry or afraid.
Don't worry, I'm both.
Yep.
You could make a
You're right.
sacrifice to absolve your guilt.
I cut off my leg and throw it at
Mhm.
Yes, so
The
effective.
only sacrifice one can make is a
Is a
limb.
leg. This is Star Wars.
the Star Wars logic. You're right. I should have stayed, but I had to make sure my family was fine. You know what? This is a great time to do my new move.
Perfect.
I'm gonna try and comfort and support Solar here, and the thing here it's I got it from the what playbook is it? The monster one.
Oh.
What is it?
Oh, the transformed.
Yes, the transformed. It is part of your work, which I could be So when you come to support someone, if you tell them what you most envy about them, you can roll plus freak instead of plus mundane. So I'm gonna say you're right. I just sometimes I feel like you all are the lucky ones that you don't have the expectation on your shoulders, and you just sort of have, for the most part, normal families. And I'm mostly looking at Solar when I say this.
My
Like,
mom loves me.
Yeah, my family is totally normal. I'm the weird one, is what Morg would say.
Yeah.
And I'm just asking you, what did the doctors say when you brought your family to the hospital? Because you totally didn't do that.
this wasn't a doctor thing. This was like I took them
Hmm.
home out of
Hmm.
the gas. But yeah, I'm basically saying that I envy that you have a normal life, Solar.
Honestly, you've got me there. I'm willing to take that comfort and support. Yeah, sure.
Cool. And then because you're also my, would this impress you?
No.
Okay.
I'm sorry, you're still not succeeding on that one.
Dang it.
You're a wimp.
Okay. If I hit, I mark potential. So I'm gonna roll plus freak instead of this. It's gonna be a -2 anyway. Okay. So this should all play out fine. Oh, that's a miss. I mark potential.
And I believe it doesn't say what happens. I say what happens on it. Yep.
Yep. Last time this happened, your family got kidnapped.
You get a phone call. It happened again. No.
Not again.
Wizards took them.
Wizard mosquitoes for some reason.
Yep.
Someone got loose with a polymorph scroll.
Yeah, no, not quite that, I think. In this case, Void. That's one way to go about it.
It could just be insulting. That's what it could be.
I think it could be insulting, but I kind of... Yes.
I don't have a consequence, but I have found some hurtful words to throw back in his face.
Take it. Yeah.
You act like there was no one down there that mattered to me. I know that your family was supposed to be safe. That was important. All of those people were important, but so was the team and what we were deciding to do. You just left us.
So I think Void, it's up to you how much you figure out, but I think you figure out that Solar has a crush on your brother at the very minimum, based on some of the language used.
Oh, right. I guess that hasn't been clear yet.
No.
Oh, well.
And I think you're going to take a powerful blow. You found out your love is in love with someone else. That's a powerful blow.
Not only that, with my rival, which is my brother.
Yep.
Yep. I don't know what you thought when you set up that move.
Let's see. Take a powerful blow.
That's not great.
Okay.
Lash out verbally, give ground, or mark 2 conditions.
I just got rid of one condition.
So effective. A great comfort and support.
Let's see. Okay, what does give ground mean in this instance?
So it says your opposition gets an opportunity. If we can't think of a specific opportunity fictionally, I would make it count as influence.
Sure.
That makes sense to me. So I've got influence over you, but you still don't have it over me?
Yes. So I'll put Solar as influence.
Okay.
I think this is something I learn, but I keep to myself because it hurts.
You're like, I need to fix this somehow.
I need to cut off my own leg, kill my brother, take his place.
Yep.
Oh, we're going single white female on this one, huh? Okay.
While
Whatever. I have no idea what that means. Anyhow, I'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
Never
While
mind.
this is going on, Morgan's been intricately sketching the battle.
We're all here now, so let's just deal with and like looks at what Morg is doing. What the battle was.
I'm pretty good with dry erase markers. I got stuck in here for like 3 months at one point, and there's nothing else to do.
How
That's
did you get
actually a
out?
really good drawing.
So how could we have done better that in that battle in that instance? What should we have done?
Do we actually want to do the after action,
No.
or do we want to say we
No.
did after
Yeah,
action?
Yeah, we
I'm
got-
trying to take the lead, but I definitely don't want to actually do the scene out.
Yeah. Can I do a team move here? Because it's
I
probably.
think that's what we're all doing is team moves.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Marissa,
right.
are you doing?
I don't think this is triumphant. I don't think this is triumphant at all.
You did technically win. This it's up to you. It's not really a triumphant celebration, though. I agree.
No. I'm going to share a vulnerability or weakness with someone. Tell them how they could stop you if it came down to it. Give them influence over you in clear condition.
It's
I'm
relevant to
gonna
this
talk to
meeting.
Glitch because Glitch is the strong one in the group.
All right.
Hey, bud.
Yes.
I feel like this is something. I'm just telling Glitch, by the way. So you did not get
Yeah.
told.
So we're,
think-
Morg and I are over by the whitehboard talking things out. You
Mhm.
two are just in a
Yeah,
corner.
actually doing the after action, like, so
I'm
the
imagining there's,
helicopter
like, someone
maneuver.
is wiping away some of the drawing, while like Solar is wiping away some of the drawing to make a larger like chart or list, and Morg is not happy about that.
Yeah.
No, I think it's going amicably, but
Amicably,
Yeah.
okay.
Because we
In
both want to do the
case-
report.
yep.
I mean, you know about like bad guys who have mind control powers, right?
Yeah. There have been
Uh,
several that have plagued the city over the years.
If that ever happens to me, get as close as possible to me and make me throw a black hole. I am still squishy, and I will get pulled into my own black hole. I don't know what happens after that. But
I'll take that under advisement. I didn't know that. Is this something you've planned out? It seems very dark.
no, it just I. It's just that if I'm mind controlled or I turn evil or some other Deus Ex Machina nonsense, that's how you take me out. Because I can throw these supermassive black holes, but I myself am not supermassive.
That is a fair point. I would point out that there are several other ways to remove mind control successfully that do not involve obliterating yourself in a black hole.
Just, it was a rough night, okay? I feel like, we should know how to stop each other if it came to it.
That is fair. I'll take that under advisement. I'll remember if it ever comes down to it. Of course, I hope it does not.
I mean, I hope so either, but I never thought my mom would get turned into a mosquito monster with my brother and my dad in Justice Beam's tower. Then we'd have to go, and then I just start rambling.
Well, no, not that specifically, but you had to assume something like this would happen eventually.
No, nothing like this should have ever happened. She's supposed to see it all, and she didn't see it.
As long as we're talking about our weaknesses, I feel like my lack of understanding is currently the worst that I have. It seems I'm fairly resilient, at least compared to normal humans. But I don't always interpret things correctly.
Okay.
Anyway,
So if you turn bad, I make you socially awkward.
I do not think that would stop me if I was intent on bringing harm to you. But it is a weakness.
So I give you the trolley problem, but reversed, because if you're trying to kill people, I don't know. This conversation went a lot better in my head, man. I forget you're like 4 weeks old.
It's a very literal interpretation of things.
I mean, that'll just come with time, I think. I mean, when I was 4 weeks old, I was pooping myself. So, I mean, you're doing better than I was.
I did not know that was acceptable.
It is not for people that look like us. If you look like a little baby, that it's acceptable. Kind of gross, but you know.
Are you saying that you have to clean up after you have to touch it?
Not with your bare hands, man.
Okay, let's go like take him to a toilet and carefully show him what it is.
Just take him to the local
No,
library.
like as far as babies,
check
like he was
out-
like, wait a minute, but I'm not understanding. They're allowed to just do that, and you have to clean up after them.
They're allowed to do that.
They should take some responsibility for their actions. You're right.
Yeah. I give him a like a mommy and me book.
Yeah, here's what
Okay.
how
So
yeah.
I'm going to say that your response does help me understand a human problem.
Yep. No wonder this hero business is so messy if this is how you're
They have to
children
clean
roll.
up after their kid.
Perfect. So, 2 weaknesses or vulnerabilities have been shared. Morgan Solar, are you sharing anything at the team during the team meeting?
It's just not a triumphant celebration because I feel real bad about having to do it Justice Beeb's way.
Yeah, I think it's a Pyrrhic victory. Pyrrhic might
Yeah.
be too negative of a word, but a mixed
Nope.
victory.
Nope.
Pyrrhic?
It's
Okay.
as negative as a victory can be, in Morg's opinion.
All right.
Can I comfort and support Morg?
What do you say?
Sure.
Thank you for getting rid of the mosquito when you had that opportunity. It might not have been the most... You did what needed to get done.
Yeah, that's the problem.
What would you have rather happened?
Not bug bombed the city.
I was gonna say, if you said you were working on a mosquito prison, it's probably here in the morgue if you want to show off
Yeah,
a finished one.
I shuffle something aside out of view. It's like a Rubik's Cube sized containment field of mesh with a little like weight room in it.
It's mosquito netting.
I was actually picturing 2 matchbox and some toothpicks.
That is a really detailed and creative plan and way to do this.
It was a prison with all the amenities and
You even
sheep
had like
blood.
a little blood dripper.
Yeah, it was a little
ham-
sheep
like a
blood
hamster
thing.
feeder, yeah.
If I
I
can ask,
specially
then
ordered the blood.
why did you not go this route?
Oh, he was gonna eat a homeless guy.
Okay.
Who would have then punched me into the sun or something.
So you did this thing that you didn't want to do because you were trying to save someone? Because that's a good reason.
But I'm not supposed to do the murders. I'm just supposed to beat up wizards.
I'm really trying to make that chat not true, and it's not helping when the murder is a mosquito.
Oh man, your PR guy's gonna have a nightmare when he wakes
Yeah,
up.
he's gonna wake up into like, he wakes up, checks his phone, is like, what?
Why is this
Yeah.
trending?
Justice beam lasers, people. Borg protects the dead.
I mean, maybe what you did wasn't the best option, I guess, but you did it for good reasons. So maybe you can take some comfort in that? Or just take my comfort and support.
Yes,
before
I
do
take
my
the
roll.
comfort and support. I argue with you the
Roll.
whole time, but the arguments get weaker and weaker as we go
Yeah,
along.
you batter him down to accept it.
Alright.
Roll.
Oh, right. Why am I rolling a mundane with a... Oh, dear.
What do I get from this?
I get -3, so let's see
Give
what
it a
my roll
sec.
is.
There we go.
That sounds right, yup.
Yeah. Morg, you just killed someone. Have you ever done that before?
I feel like locking myself in a drawer.
I think you might emotionally also be taking a powerful blow. If this
Oh.
Really good at dealing those out, apparently.
Oh. Alright.
That's
Oh,
good.
That's good.
You shrug it off, actually.
Yeah, it's fine.
It gets to you as much as you want. It doesn't deal any more conditions to you.
I have a little heart attack moment, and then I reach in and remove it, and straighten up and be like,
Do you
all
just have
right.
hinges on your torso and rib cage by this point, or what?
Oh, no, it's more like just ripping out stitches. It's like, all right, grief gone for the moment. Who knew murder causes extreme heartache? I don't feel good about this, and I drop the heart and some formaldehyde.
We'll switch it out
Sorry,
to a new
I
one
was
later.
just trying to help.
You're like, I don't like these feelings. There we go.
Perfect.
So dead people work.
Apparently.
I don't know
Dead
what else to
people
do with these
Grinch's
powers.
So, anything else you want to do before the end of the session?
My triumphant celebration and vulnerability or weakness are not applicable ever. So...
I think we all tried to roll comfort and support, and I think all of us
all
failed.
I didn't.
Oh, everyone except for
Yeah.
Glitch tried.
Everyone that understands emotions.
Like we
Yeah.
all
We
tried,
just
and
tried to
all of us failed.
made each other feel worse and worse. You're like, yeah, that was terrible. You're right. Oh.
I am an awful person.
Thanks for reminding me.
Well, let's do end of session with that. Lovely. Okay. So
Did you drift further away from the team? Oh.
I don't know if you guys you more grew into your own dark image of yourself. Some of you might have.
Yeah.
We'll see what you want to do, but yeah, go closer to the team, away from it, or into your own image of yourself. Even despite the stuff, I could totally see growing closer because you guys are having a team meeting for the first time ever.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I can see all three in different ways.
Are they all three different effects?
Yes. So grow closer
Yes.
to the team. Explain who made you feel welcome. Give influence to them and clear a condition or mark potential. Grow into your own image of yourself. Explain how you see yourself and why. Shift one label up and another down. Grow away from the team. Explain why you feel detached. Take influence over you away from another character. Like, in general character.
I think mine's pretty easy. I grew closer, and specifically closer with Glitch, but Glitch also already has influence over me, so you get to shift my labels.
Sweet. Well, given how that whole thing went, I think we're gonna shift your freak up and your mundane down. That's
Okay.
normal. That's my normal mode of things. That's sort of glitch in a nutshell.
All right. And then I mark potential, right?
Or clear condition, your choice.
I'm gonna mark potential because I'm one away from leveling.
Don't you have like 4 conditions?
No, I have 2 now.
Oh, okay, that's not so bad.
Yeah, because I cleared angry, and then when I shared my weakness, I get
you put it
to
on there. Yeah.
yeah.
But then didn't you get 2 more?
No, I gave
Oh
you an
no, you got the
opportunity.
different thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, gotcha.
Yep.
because I didn't want to get 5 after I cleared 1 down to 3.
Yep. Okay.
And for myself, I think I'm also going to shift closer to the team. Specifically, I think Solar, you had the most impact on that because you're not doing the thing you need to do for the team. Do the thing you need to do for the team.
You are our powerhouse. Please, powerhouse.
All right. Well, that gives you the ability to. Oh wait. Yeah. You have influence over me. So.
Okay, shift your labels.
Mm-hmm.
Up danger.
Can't.
And well, then take conditions. Up
You're
danger
going
and
danger
down
anyways?
matter.
Okay.
Fine, I can consider other options.
Danger and Freak are both maxed.
Oh,
You can lower one of them if you don't think he's much of a freak.
no, I'm just going to hand out a condition.
Cool.
Sorry.
Do you want to clear that condition or mark potential?
Well, I'm marking potential. And just to spite Solar, I'm taking Afraid.
You're our big strong boy, but I can get hurt too.
Yep.
Look, we have one person with super strength and the ability to deal with danger.
Actually, no. What I
Oh.
should take for that is Insecure because it's minus to defend, and you didn't want me to do that.
Yeah.
All right.
You quite literally told him it's okay to have like.
Listen,
some
collateral damage
collateral
is fine.
damage.
Half of the economy of this fucking city is collateral damage.
Deal with collateral damage. Please, just take down the bad guys. We are failing to do that. Anyhow, I'm actually also going to grow closer to the team. In this case, I'm going to give it to Morg, though, because while Glitch suggested the team meetings, Morg was the one who came with the whiteboard solution, and I don't know, for some reason
Oh,
I...
so he has a writing surface, so he gets it.
I already have influence over Solar.
Yep.
And I want more fire. So up your freak.
Condition. I don't have more room for
This is
freak.
turning into a toxic
Oh
team
my god,
relationship.
we're
This-
all freaks.
Everyone's glowing closer and taking conditions.
My freak is
because of
0.
it.
Okay, so 3 out of the 4
the
of us are
dead
freaks.
guy
That's
is
still
the least
mostly
freaky.
Doesn't
It's
feel
I
like
use
a
my
freak.
superior intellect.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not weird. I'm
Okay.
just better than everyone because as an
Just
undead.
better.
Are you still wanting freak up? Just to double check here.
No.
I mean, I totally did that, so that's allowed.
I'll up your superior instead.
Okay. And down...
Down with mundane.
Nope.
That the mundane's the -2. That's the issue
No.
with the terrible thing.
Down your danger.
That helps.
Okay, up superior, down danger. Beautifully, horribly min-maxed. Alright. Done.
I think I grew more into my own image of myself.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I'm a hero that puts people in graves too.
Yep. Grave danger.
Grave danger.
Yeah.
Are you gonna up your danger?
Hmm?
Because you're shifting your labels up right now.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Down savior, up danger.
Makes sense.
They're both 0 now.
Equal.
I'm not dangerous at all, actually.
The dead guy's not
I mean,
dangerous.
to be fair, you did no, I'm throwing this because I don't want him to get punched in the face by a buffed up homeless guy. So That would
Yeah, it was to save my own skin in the long run. But
Steve's
that
okay.
proves the problem is that it proved Justice Beam's point that you could only solve these problems with supreme justice and
Yeah.
eliminate them from the source.
So we'll see how things go next session.
It
Hopefully
might
they're
be
a
a
bit
dead
lighter.
wizard.
Yeah, you might
Hopefully.
need to go hunt some wizards to take things off for a while.
Take the edge off. Go
Yep.
at some wizards.
Right?
My labels are so messed up, I might actually take the rearrange your labels level up move at this point.
Yep.
Oh, I did that last time just so I could get a +1 and have better stats.
Okay. Are we all available next week? I don't remember. I think we have 1 week coming up where someone isn't available, so I wasn't sure.
I should be good.
I should be.
I'm checking me just in case I was the person.
In the 7th, I'm not good, but
I may not be good
I'm
the
good up
30th.
until then.
Might be the 30th I was thinking of. My calendar isn't loading. So that's
Either way, sounds like we're good next
I
week.
think we're good. We'll be back next week with issue 5 of the new meta, I believe was our team name. It's not actually on the
Yeah.
title, but yeah,
Yeah.
the new meta.
No, that's fine. We need a new supervillain. It may be Justice Beam.
Maybe ourselves.
Yeah.
I'll talk about it between streams, but it might be time for a love letter. We'll see how things go.
Okay. The real supervillain was the friends we made along the way.
Maybe. Okay, thank you everyone for watching.